All right, welcome back, you guys, to Korea Tag Match Blade and Soul Tournament 2016. I am Joshua DZ Mins Kim, and with me is Sean Ending Live Kwan. How are you feeling today, man?
Today I'm feeling actually very good today, and I'm so glad that we're back in the big stadium, as you noticed.
If you guys watched our tweets, we post pictures of our stadium. I'm so glad that we're out of that small, tiny room.
With the camera staring at us.
Yeah, our huge audience of 2 cameras staring at us. But
yeah,
today we are excited to come back to tag matches. I'm sure you guys enjoyed the one-on-one tournament on Friday. Today our matchups are going to be, well, I'll talk about that in a little bit when that screen comes up. But it should be just as fun. I love coming back to tag team matches because I noticed it feels a lot more different than watching the one-on-one tournament.
Yeah, it does. And we started off with the tag matches, so it's like we're back home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we're back to what we used to do.
Exactly. Tag team tournaments are new compared to one-on-one, but it feels like home to us because we started with that this season.
So
let's go into the overview. The schedule is from May till July 31st. Just as we said last week and the week before, home and away, best 2 out of 3, and the new system of change points.
Yeah, the important, as you guys probably understand now, change points are very important because they get to change classes and make new strategies. And let's see the rankings.
Yeah, first place right now is GC Busan, followed by Winner, G-Touring in 3rd, and then MSG, SWAT, and IDEPS in the last 3 places. Now, this is still up for grabs. It's only the first few games right now, and some teams have only played 2 games.
Yeah.
So this week we'll have a better idea of how the standings will change and who will solidify those places.
And actually, G-Touring and MSG are both in 3rd place.
Right.
Same everything.
So yeah, exactly. If you look at all of the numbers, wins, losses, they both won by 2-1 situation.
But it'll change today, of course.
Exactly, and we're excited to see how that's going to turn out, especially G-Touring and MSG. I mean, GC, Busan, and Winner, I feel like we have an idea that they will be fighting for 1st and 2nd place.
Yeah.
The most important teams right now is G-Touring and MSG. If they are able to squeeze their way to the top.
Yep.
Let's look at today's matchups.
All right, today our first matchup is IDEPS versus G-Touring. Our second, GC Busan and SWAT. Our third, Winner versus MSG. So, what are you most excited about out of the 3 matches? What do you want to see?
Definitely the first match, IDEPS versus G-Touring.
Oh, yeah?
Because IDEPS is in last place right now, and G-Touring is in that 3rd place position. They want that coveted 1st and 2nd. So, both of them are going to want to win as much as possible. GC Busan versus SWAT. Might be hard for SWAT to come out for a win because of the confidence and momentum that GC Busan has.
True.
And Winner versus MSG. This will be a fun game as well, but I have to say I would probably see an inevitable Winner win.
Yeah, but actually the first game, IDEPS, they're still with 0 wins. So I'm hoping that they, at least take 1 win before we go to next round.
They have to. They have to win another game because, well, they want to stay in the running. We only have they actually only played 2 games.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So right now they have to make a mark in the standings with a win against G-Touring. Let's see how that turns out. G-Touring is is the oldest team, so you don't know if IDEPS will be able to do it.
And their teamwork is pretty solid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is IDEPS though.
True.
So we'll get to see whose teamwork is better. Right now we're going through a live audience vote for the predictions, as always. Who will be the favorite for today's?
I love these predictions.
Yeah.
It's so one-sided.
Yeah. Most of the time, it's 90 to 10.
Yeah.
94 to 6.
Yeah. One side always has a single digit. And I feel so sorry.
Except on the one-on-one tournament, the predictions were fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Except during the tag team tournament, there were a few times that the
there was 2 times when the team with the lesser vote, actually took the win.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. I love it when that happens.
Who do you think is going to win between IDEPS and G-Touring?
To be honest, I think G-Touring is going to win, but I think this is going to go all through the 3 matches. It's not going to be 2-0. It's going to be 2-1, and then it's going to become a 2-1.
Who do you think is going to win first?
Probably it's going to be a G-Touring win, and then IDEPS gets excited and they're like, we gotta take at least one win, and they're gonna win. And then the third one's like G Touring's up, take hammer on the foot, up, take the last win, and then
All right.
Well, how about you? What do you think?
Me? Well, obviously, I'm gonna have to go against you because we have to pick two different sides. No, but seriously, G Touring has more experience than IDEPS to a certain degree. But at the same time, I want to look at their composition. They have Soul Fighter, Blade Dancer, and Kung Fu Master. And I sort of want G Touring to win, only because of Kung Fu Master. Because we didn't really get to see too much of it during the one-on-one tournament.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see it at all, actually. We get to see it next week. But the problem is, it's Kung Fu Master versus
Jaesung.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Jaesung, the crowd favorite.
Yeah.
It's a knockout tournament too, so. All right, let's go into our introduction videos of IDEPS and G Touring.
태구도 오래 해왔고 팀워크도 되게 잘 맞아요.
스탠딩 잡아줄 수 있는 캐릭이 두 개나 있으니까 아무래도 무섭죠.
일단은 세 분 다 개인전에서 저한테 안 되시는 분들인데 태그 매치에서도 똑같이 한번 이겨드리겠습니다.
잘하는 팀이긴 한데 저희가 이겨볼 만한 상대인 것 같아요. 네, 심장 조심하세요.
타격이 없으면 죽는다고 생각하세요. 네.
실수 안 하고 저희 하던 대로만 하면 무조건 이길 것 같아요.
아이디스 팀은 개개인기랑은 좋은데 아무래도 팀워크가 좀 저희 팀보다 좀 딸리는 면이 없지 않아 있어서 연습 때도 거의 안 질 정도로 그렇게 해왔거든요.
암살자 김상호 선수가 정말 포텐이 터지지 않는 이상 저희가 쉽게 이길 것 같아요. 김영주 선수가 제일 잡기 쉬울 것 같다 생각. 형제야 내가 진짜 처절하게 죽여줄게.
All right, welcome back after those video introductions. Sparks were flying as they were, attacking each other on screen. I'll beat you up. You better wait.
Get ready.
All right, on the left side, on the blue side is IDEPS. We have Assassin, Blade Master, Destroyer, respectively Sang-woo Kim, Kyungju Kim, and Hyun-sung Song. Now, IDEPS are coming from a 2-loss streak, a 1-2 loss versus SWAT, and a 0-2 loss versus MSG. We will see how that turns out for them.
Alright, so on the right side, we have G Touring. Here we go. Alright, here we go. We have the Soul Fighter, Chao Bin. We have the Blade Dancer, Kim Byun-woo, and we have the Kung Fu Master, KFM, Park Young-min. And actually, they're up there, but they have 2 win and 1 loss.
Right,
yeah, 2 win and 1 loss, right?
They have they have 1 win and 1 loss, a loss to winner and a win to SWAT. Now this will affect the dynamic of this game because IDEPS lost to SWAT 2-0 and G Touring won and beat SWAT 2-0. So just going by statistics, we're expecting G Touring to beat IDEPS. Now we're going to go into our predictions. And whoa, look at that. IDEPS taking the prediction, the favorite, 78-22 against G Touring. Now what's up with that?
Yeah, that surprised me. I was like, Did they get the? Because personally, I thought G Touring was gonna get more of the votes.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Going by statistics and general performance. Then again, it is a live vote, so maybe a lot of IDEPS fans are in
they
the
got
seats right now.
family and friends. They come vote for us. Come on, vote, guys.
All right, we're ready for our next match, our first match rather. Let's go straight into it. Hope you guys are excited as we are.
Yep. Here we go.
Alright, Destroy versus Soul Fighter is the first matchup for Game 8 Set 1, IDEPS versus G Touring. They are both supporting characters in this team setup. Destroy going in for the Ember Stop and the Hurricane inside. Frost, Cold Snap to slow him down. Gets pulled in by the Destroyer.
Nice.
Grabbed and 2-on-1 and a reactionary 2-on-2.
Soul Fighter comes in.
Blade Dancer comes in with the Lightning Draw, putting a good amount of damage to the Destroyer. G Touring tags out and goes to the Blade Dancer, and huge damage. Is that a good idea for him?
Crazy
To go in with the Blade Dancer? Why would you want to go in that early and use up your tag? I don't know. Maybe IDEPS, the vote, the favorite, has definitely proven right.
Yeah, and this Kung Fu Master is coming out and saying, hey guys, come on. How long do you expect me to stay out here, you know?
This is an emergency situation right now. They went out with Kung Fu Master trying to change things up. Right now against the Destroyer. Kung Fu Master is able to do something because of his knockdowns and his counters.
Yeah, let's hope this Kung Fu Master from G Touring could, make a dent in IDEPS' HP.
Yeah,
or
right now.
Force them for a tag.
We just saw a second win just now.
Alright, there is a tag. And
then
the Assassin comes in.
versus Kung Fu Master. This is a fun matchup as always because they are both offensive classes.
Let's see.
Especially in this composition as well. There we go, aerial combo into the Venom Swarm. Went for the Lightning Rend to stun him. Shadow Slash. Body swap.
Nice swap.
Another knockdown. 2-on-1. He's knocked down. His teammate wasn't able to tag in as quickly as possible.
Alright, the Assassin just runs back while the Destroyer takes all the damage.
Well, that's what the Destroyer had to do. Try to keep the Assassin alive and try and stall. Right now, G Touring is still in a worse situation, but we don't know yet since we still have 8 minutes left.
Body swap with nice interfere to cover.
Yeah, Frost Nova by the Soul Fighter.
Alright. There's a swap.
Good movement by the Assassin. I don't know why he used that Shadow Slash just
I'm hoping this Blade Dancer does something because before when he came in, he just took all the hits and just went in.
Yeah, before he dies, he has to do something is basically what it is.
Yeah, there we go, spin.
Yeah, Vortex trying
Do
to be a little bit more defensive. Knock up again.
Aerial.
And before he's able to do his aerial combo,
nice help by the
comes in to help out.
There we go. He interfered because there was a Phantom Grip, but
he had to interfere in that situation.
Look at the Blade Master, he tagged back out. The KFM came back in. This Blade Master is off today.
Blade Master versus Kung Fu Master, which is fairly on the Kung Fu Master side.
The KFM
Assassin
is actually playing it pretty well. 2v1.
It is still up for grabs right now. If we look at the tags, the Blade Dancer is out of tags, but everything else is fairly even.
Typhoon.
Charges in, knocks him down.
Still has an escape. I don't know when he's gonna
combo.
He's just taking the hits. He's saving it for that moment.
Good knockdown by the Kung Fu Master. Does not continue it though. Stunned by the Soul Shield in the Ember Stomp. Hurricane again, another knock up.
Nice tab for the airborne.
He's got to continue it, but he misses it. Good defensive maneuver by the Kung Fu Master. That was
Use
not.
escape. KFM, come on. There we go. There's escape and tag.
All right.
I don't know.
Fighter versus
G-Touring, something. They're not playing well as I expected them to play.
Right. IDEPS is definitely showing
Yeah.
the crowd favorite vote to be true. The Assassin, especially, I feel, is playing a better offensive role than the Kung Fu Master. Kung Fu Master, though, was playing pretty well in trying to stay alive. Right now, the big person that made a mistake would probably be Blade Dancer and Soul Fighter for tagging out so early. Assassin doing a good job getting out of that situation with a dash and a cloud to go into stealth. Aerial combo,
Tag,
2-on-1.
and he has no escape right now, so but he has a heal.
Right. Lightning draw by the Blade Dancer, trying to put in some damage and negate
not
or
much damage taken by the assassin.
negate some attention. Windstorm
Nice
combo by the Soul
timing.
Fighter.
Nice timing. The tag. To interfere to help him out, but protect the fortitude. He's not scared. He's just staying right next to him.
Right, we have 2 minutes left until each team gets interferes back. Right now, there's only.
All right, nice counter. This just bought the Blade Master time, so he didn't have to use an escape. Instead, putting him in the aerial.
Another aerial combo by the Blade
Very
Master. Doing much better on
Right,
damage.
SF is gonna have to use his nice tech chase. Nice tech chase. When he just back moved, he just came in and stunned him again.
Those are the moves that you're supposed to land as a professional. Very good job. Blade Dance coming in.
Come on, Blade Dancer, you gotta do something. All right, there we go with the aerial. Okay, they interfere to help out to stop the aerial.
Right now, Soul Fighter is the only one that's able to interfere. There are no tags left for G-Touring.
Yeah.
There is one tag left for IDEPS, but he seems to be very comfortable right now playing against this
The Soul
Blade
Fighter
Dancer.
might have to interfere to heal this Blade Dancer,
Right, he
or
has
they
come
might
in
just
soon.
let him die.
Destroyer's trying to finish it off.
All right, there
he
is
able
a
to-
tag. No heal, but protective fortitude to go.
The Blade Dancer
Aggressive.
isn't able to leave the field right now. He needs to survive for 1 more minute before his teammates can come in to help.
All right, now they're all out of everything on both sides. So,
Destroyer feeling much more confident. Is he able to finish it off? G-Touring has very little health right now.
all right, so he used an escape now. The Blade Dancer. All
He was
right,
able
nice
to deflect
aerial.
the pull. He goes into an aerial, knocks him down. 43 seconds left before
Is he
it
going
interfere.
to? Is he going to be able to last 30 seconds until they get their interferes back? This
The
Blade
Soul Fighter
Dancer.
will definitely try and come in and heal, trying to up.
There we go with the
G-Touring's
spins.
survivability.
There we go with the spins.
But he's going to go low
Lightning
on
draw.
chi. He needs to get some chi. He gets up.
Oh,
And he's done.
nice play by the Destroyer. That aerial and the pile driver finishes.
Goodbye,
The Blade
Blade Dancer.
Dancer.
Goodbye. Well, now it's a straightforward game. IDEP seems to be much more confident. 10 seconds left before the Kung Fu Master is able to interfere, but
All right,
what's he
this
going to do?
protective fortitude. He has to. He's just, that was kind of like a waste.
Yeah, you have to.
All right, but he's going in after it ended. Aerial.
Good windstorm
cat.
combo to Frost Nova.
Alright,
Continuing it, but into a searing strike.
Should
So
have caught that when he rolled
Exactly.
that tech chase, but Soul Fighter missed it.
it's pretty much a done game. IDEPS has
Yeah.
definitely won it, both on damage and just overall gameplay. Biggest mistake was the emergency tag out
Yeah.
to the Blade Dancer that got wrecked later on.
He just freezes him. He's like, go back in.
Yeah,
Now,
a tag out.
IDEPs
to,
are just buying time.
right. Let's see how this Assassin versus Soul Fighter match works.
There's Shuriken. Tags him.
Charges in.
There's a
Frost
body
Nova doesn't
swap. Still has an escape and they use
2-1 to
it.
save him.
But he still used an escape. So if they were gonna
Good movement by the Assassin just now into a Shadow Slash to knock him down. Shadow Slash is also a target to hit, and he didn't miss it, thankfully.
All right, nice chase, but interfere comes in to stop
And
it.
wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Venom Swarm, butterflies all over the Soul
Oh,
Fighter.
nice moving.
I can't see. I can't see butterflies in my face.
Aerial. He still has 5. All right. KFM comes in, he's probably blinded. The Assassin has no escapes yet, so if this KFM is able to put 1 CC and Soul Fighter comes in as an interfere.
Well, the
with
Blade Master has an interfere left, so
Yeah,
you can come in and be
Oh,
like,
that's
oh,
there
there
it
we
is!
go.
Oh, but okay, now they both waste. Well, not waste.
They had to
Use
use it,
interfere, yeah.
But IDEPS right now, almost losing their assassin.
You know, but the KFM is gonna use an escape and try to finish off this.
Good lightning
assassin.
Ren, but he blocks it with his
Alright.
escape.
Nice.
Good timing to stop that stun and negate the assassin's combo.
All right, Airborne. This might just end. All right, there's another interfere. They get it.
At the 1 minute mark,
Yeah.
you get another interfere. Good job by IDEPS, but assassin is done, completely gone. What is this? Is G-Touring able to?
No,
Even
look
at
at
the
the
damage?
KFM. Tell me he just,
Okay,
he
gone.
just died.
No, but it's still 1-on-1. Now we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
God, look at
Is
the
this going to be a
damage.
turnaround?
Oh.
Typhoon by Destroyer. He's trying to stay alive and trying to make as much damage input as possible towards G-Touring, but
All right, if the Soul Fighter has to go in, because I think G-Touring is a little down on damage, so gotta get the Airborne combo, get the tech chase in. They might just have a chance.
look at this Hurricane Windstorm combo, but it doesn't
Where's
matter.
the
He
punch?
doesn't
it's
prevent
just-
damage.
yeah.
He's still taking damage.
Yeah.
G-Touring might be able
Pulls
to turn
him
the
in.
tables. Frost Nova.
He goes in, he's getting desperate.
Ember
5
Stomp.
seconds, 4 seconds.
He's resisting. He put him into a Glacial Beam, stunned him, so the Destroyer's not
To the
able to do
end.
any damage.
Oh my god, I don't know.
This
I
is
don't
down to
know,
the wire.
this
We
is-
don't know who won.
It just feels like IDEPS got a little more damage.
There we go. Yeah, good. Very close game.
Yeah.
Not that big of a damage difference. That was pretty crazy towards the end. G-Touring
Yeah,
was
at the
trying to make a
end.
push forward.
I actually didn't catch it until you screamed. I was like, oh,
Yeah, no, it was.
I thought it was a force tag at first, and then, yeah, he died.
Yeah, IDEPS. Yeah, IDEPS was definitely a little bit too laid back towards the end.
Yeah.
And G-Touring surprised them with some aggressive play, and IDEPS had to run away.
Yeah,
as
the
fa-
second death with interfere.
Yeah, they were sprinting away. They're
Yeah.
like, oh shoot, we got to do something about this before they win it by a TKO. Very good performance by IDEPS though in the end, because they did come out with the win.
Well,
First
they do have the assassin. So
Right.
compare on G-Touring, everybody, yeah, they could do damage, but comparing to an assassin, and especially Kim Sang-wook's assassin,
Right.
if you get, oh, here we go with the
The
replay.
highlights.
Yeah, in the beginning, right now at this point, G-Touring, they were making a lot of mistakes with the interferes and tags, kind of using it when they didn't need to.
And if
You,
you look
you
at
could
the-
tell by the health right
If
now.
you look at the health now, you definitely know that who has the advantage. Soul
Sure.
Fighter
Maybe.
had to heal his teammates. I was expecting G-Touring to do a little bit better because of the Kung Fu Master. The KFM has the attack buff, and
Yeah.
the ideal situation for G-Touring is for the Kung Fu Master to come in with the buff and just
Yeah, this is a
destroy.
pile driver that just killed the Blade Dancer.
And so as I was saying before, the ideal situation for G-Touring is the Kung Fu Master has to come in but with the buff and amplify the damage dealt to one of the classes for.
Yeah, here we go. Like the Kung Fu Master dies, and then the Blade Master dies.
That was the King Fist
Yeah.
into. He tried to do a Dragon Fist
Yeah.
combo, but he wasn't able to.
Yeah, they should have just continued the last like 20 seconds of the fight, because that was the highlight
Right.
of the match.
If they gave it a little bit more time, we wouldn't know what the outcome would have been.
Yeah.
All right, we are ready for set 2. Very exciting plays by IDEPS, especially their assassin Kim Sang-wook, who is considered one of the top 3 assassins, as we said on Friday, alongside.
But I'm
Gio.
getting this feeling that he's not showing us everything yet.
Right, but he still did a very good job. Let's go into set 2. All right, the crowd is fired up. Set 2 of Game 8, Destroyer vs. Soul Fighter. Nothing's changed. Let's see how the gameplay will change throughout, though.
I just hope G-Touring is more calm and cautious about using their tags and interferes.
Yeah, that was definitely the biggest mistake in the beginning.
There's the protective fortitude by. That's a big move for the Soul Fighter to just use and just walk back out.
Yeah, Soul Fighter should definitely not use Protective Fortitude. Protective Fortitude is a game changer. It changes the tides. He goes into a knockup into Windstorm combo. Is he going to Glacial Beam? No, he dodges the Destroyer's attack with the sidestep.
My phone taking some damage. Oh, that Typhoon damage to Soul Fighter is pretty big.
Yeah, goes into a grab. 2-on-1 by iDevs, and then reactionary 2-on-2. Comes in with the Cold Snap, putting a lot of damage into a Windstorm combo while he's up in the air, not able to do anything.
But there's another interfere by the Blade Dancer.
Right, a second wind was used just now. Assassin tags in, trying to change things up.
Yep.
G-Torin definitely playing a much better game than before. Assassin, we will see how Kim Sang-wook is going to manipulate the game. Right now he goes and puts down a shroud to go into stealth.
Right.
Kung Fu Master comes out and is like, hey, let me take this. Destroyer and Soul Fighter yet to use an interfere because they were the first
Missed
ones
that
out.
triple kick.
Good job by the Assassin. Uses the flower. He has to put another one down.
Nice interfere, 2v2. The Assassin's stunned, so he's just standing there while the Destroyer is just protecting him.
Not too much action
but-
though. G-Torin comes out with full health now versus iDevs.
The Assassin's still in the game.
Right, he has
Still
to put down
has
his
his
flower
game.
for his mobility. Wow, did you see that? Good resists by the Kung Fu Master. Ice Mind. Goes into Lightning Rend. As soon as he's out. No, he doesn't. He knocks him up instead. Good job. Venom
Butterfly.
Swarm. Webbing. Misses the leg sweep. Because the Kung Fu Master
Use the escape.
Exactly.
Right,
Oh,
nice.
good job by the Kung Fu Master.
This is
Stunning
gonna
him.
cause an escape. There we go.
Uses the flower, good mobility. He is out of the flower right now, and he gets knocked up. Most
Oh, the
important,
Rising Dragon.
most important part of an assassin is to be mobile all the time, but if he's not able to do that, he is very vulnerable.
Airborne. Oh, where's the... Alright, this is another way to catch him.
Good
Down
catch by the
interfere.
Kung Fu Master.
There's the iframe go out.
Lotus Fury with the Ice Mine, and he tags out to the Blade Master. Good emergency exit. Open the door to the airplane and just parachuted out.
Yeah, not bad.
Blade Master coming in, trying to save the day. Right now, just off the damage.
Alright, here we go. Let's see. Blade Dancer versus Blade
Look
Master.
at that. We saw this matchup on Friday, one-on-one. Blade Master definitely being a little bit more technical, but Blade Dancer taking the advantage now, going to an ascend, but iDevs comes in to help out, trying to stop the combo. But the Blade Dancer's like, nope, I'm going to hold you up in the air. Alright, tags again, back to the beginning matchup between Soul Fighter and Destroyer. Aerial combo. G-Torin doing much better in this second match.
Ah, he couldn't. He missed that tech chase.
Right, Frost no, Cold Snap into...
Alright, but he's taking a lot of damage, this Destroyer. He has no escapes.
He's feeling pretty nervous
He has
right now.
one tag left, and there's still 6 minutes on the clock, but he just uses his last tag.
Right, Destroyer is not able to tag in anymore. He's able to interfere, but what's he going to do? He's going to stun, if anything, or maybe grab. Destroyer was the one who's supposed to stay out the longest. Stealth by the Assassin. Dagger in the back for Kung Fu Master, so he could come in and do that.
Nice. He has no escape, so... But there's still a lot of interferes and tags left
Right,
for the
Ice Mine.
G-Touring, so it'll be fine.
Assassin coming in,
There's the tag. They're
going to
try
stun,
time it.
and then 2-on-1.
Nice! Oh, but the Blade Dancer
Right,
comes
Blade
in to
Dancer comes in.
spin the middle.
Good job by the Blade Dancer trying to negate that combo, that 2-on-1 combo. Assassin still moving around.
Goes in. Forces an escape to be used with also an interfere.
Soul Fighter very, very mobile, just like the Assassin.
The Assassin
Instant
still
transition
has
out.
2 tags, so he can call out. There we go.
Blade Master blocking. Goes in, stuns him, knocks him up, Heavenly Dance into an ascend. Good combo.
Is he gonna use the escape? Yep, there we go. He used it. Now it's time for Soul Fighter to do the aerial. Is he gonna be able to catch him? Oh, nice!
Oh.
Nice tag into the Rising Dragon.
Very good. The Blade Master has been stunned for like 5 minutes.
Oh, I was gonna say 5 seconds, but
I exaggerated a little bit too much.
but this Kung Fu Master is enduring the 2v1 right now. And
Very
right
good.
when that Destroyer goes in, the Blade Dancer comes in to make something out of it, but it's an Assassin.
Alright,
Just
so
stealthed
the
in.
Assassin only has a tag left for another minute and 30 seconds, but I have to commend them because they've been able to survive for a really long time. Damage-wise,
Yeah.
It looks as if G Touring is in the lead. Ice Mine by the Assassin. Going to charge in. Oh, but a preemptive interfere by G Touring. Smart move.
But the Assassin just goes for the KFM. Oh, what was that? Rising Dragon.
He expected the Assassin to come in, but that didn't work out. Lotus Fury by
got
the
the triple
Assassin.
kick and then tag, but
Knock up, Phantom
alright, there's
Grip,
a Phantom
2
Grip
on
and
1.
interfere. He's gonna
Be
just
able to
finish him
off,
off.
and that's where it ends. He wasn't able to come out of that.
Nice Phantom Grip by the and the
Very good job.
interfere. Perfect timing.
Was that the Kung Fu Master that came?
Yeah.
He came in with the. Actually, I haven't seen the blue aura. If the Kung Fu Master comes in.
Oh, he
with-
didn't use the fighting spirit.
Okay. The Assassin was at a point in his health that they didn't need to use the buff, but that was the ideal situation that we were talking about. Frost Nova, trying to put as much damage into the destroyer as possible.
Damage. Taking a lot of damage.
G Touring seeming very confident. Searing Strike's missing, but it's more of just to
There's
be
a
safe
knockdown.
from the damage.
There's a stun, but he spins out of it.
Another strafe, sidestep, glacial beam, reflected.
Then he gets in.
Good axe sweep into a grab.
They have no more interferes
They
on
can't do
IDEPS,
anything
so
right now. IDEPS definitely the lesser of the two in the second match. Glacial beam, point
Nice.
blank. Knock
Airborne.
up, windstorm.
Because he has no more escapes.
Are,
He's
are we
gonna
going to see
take
an
the blitz.
interfere?
No. Oh, they just got to interfere. The next time the Soul Fighter goes in for a combo, this Blade Master is going to interfere and try to keep the Destroyer alive.
Right, exactly. But I don't think he's going to use an interfere because he's going to die really soon.
Nope.
Ember Stomp
They
and
just-
to a grab.
They're holding it out. This Amber Stomp grab was...
There's
It's
no
because-
hope.
yeah,
There's no
it's
hope for
because-
IDEPS.
No, it's because the Soul Fighter had full health, so they didn't want to waste the interfere unless it was like the opportunity for a kill.
It doesn't even matter anymore. There is no hope for IDEPS at this point. Glacial Beam, he's dead.
Yeah, he just...
Goodbye.
Yeah. And if you see the tag and interfere points, G Touring still has enough to just play around with IDEPS.
Glacial Beam to the back, doesn't even matter. He's stunned. Windstorm.
Yeah, probably fraud.
Are we going to see an interfere just for kicks?
They're just, I guess.
I feel like the Soul Fighter is going to try to finish it off, and then his team is going to interfere just because he wants to get the kill.
Oh, there's a tag. He's like, KF, like, hey, I want to play a little.
Yeah, come on, give me the upshot.
Oh, and then there's, oh, they actually just kill him.
Yeah, good job.
They tag, and then the Soul Fighter comes in for the interfere.
Yeah, exactly. Kung Fu Master stuns him. Soul Fighter comes in, finishes it off. Good showing by G Touring. This is the kind of play
Well,
that
I
expect.
predicted. Remember, I predicted that G Touring wins first, and then IDEPS, but it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's the other way around,
Yeah.
definitely. Maybe the
So let's
prediction.
see what happens.
Maybe your prediction's true, just with the teams
Yeah.
flip-flopped. IDEPS might come out for the win. But yeah, this is the type of play that I was expecting from G Touring. I always thought that G Touring was class team because they are the older veteran team. Cha Woo-bin was in the one-on-one tournament. Unfortunately, didn't come out for the win for against Choi Sung-jin, right, from GC Busan.
Yeah, GC Busan's Destroyer.
Yeah, it was a pretty close match, but I guess since he lost, he's gonna come to this tag team tournament and be like, hey, at least let's win this. No, for the Horde. For the Horde.
Gotta get the prize money. Oh, we didn't get to mention it, but you guys probably already know it. First place, $50,000.
$50,000. All right, let's look at the highlights.
Yeah,
Misses
he
lightning
missed
draw.
that lightning draw. Yeah, I wanted to mention that before, but it
It
just
was like
went.
he was closing his eyes,
Yeah.
hoping to hit it, and he opened it and was like, oh, he's over there.
Yeah, but still, at the end, he made one good Phantom Grip to
Right.
get the kill.
That was a good Glacial Beam by Soul Fighter into the Windstorm, Frost Nova. And then the not Ember Stomp, the
Earth Pulse.
Or Earth Pulse in the martial stance. Good damage done by Soul Fighter, definitely. We've only played 2 games so far, but who do you feel like would be the MVP so far? It's kind of hard to tell, huh?
Yeah, it's not like, I don't see any one person doing everything kind of play.
Oh, this is the
Yeah,
Phantom
this is
Grip
the
to
good grab,
I'll
yeah.
mess you up combo. Glacial Beam to the face.
Yeah, but this Soul Fighter combo, every time I see it, I love it.
The Glacial Beam, knock up, Windstorm. Yeah, Wood Blast. There we go, the King Fist.
It just feels like in the highlights, you see a lot of Soul Fighters.
Yeah, Kung Fu Master coming out,
And
knocking,
this is a tag and they
stunned,
interfere.
and then Soul Fighter comes out and I'll help
Yes.
you out.
I like this because they only had one interfere, the Soul Fighter. So he tags out.
Yeah, and then
the Kung Fu Master comes in, and he just comes in with the interfere right away to just finish the destroyer off.
Very smart play. We are ready for set 3. Now this is best 2 out of 3 instead of best 3 out of 5. So let's get ready for our last match. Alright, set 3, still no changes done. Let's see how the first flight is going to change the game. Oh, charges in. Dazed.
That's
Kung
a
Fu
good
Master.
charge by the destroyer, making him waste the escape. Well, use the escape power drive. Forces an interfere by both sides.
I just said Kung Fu Master just now. So. But yeah, Soul Fighter used the second wind because of that good charge in by the destroyer.
And a flight fight at the beginning is very important.
Right, it sets the stage for the rest of the game.
There's
Blade
another
Master and
2v2.
Blade Dancer coming in. Lightning Draw, they're
Lightning
all
draw.
fighting inside of that Lightning. Soul Fighter getting the end of it. Typhoon,
Oh, he tags in and gets stunned right away.
bad move. by
And he
Kung
gets
Fu Master,
swapped.
and he
This
gets
assassin just continues.
Idep's just doing an awesome job.
I don't
Kim
know why
Sang-wook showing how good he is as an assassin. Going into a super long combo, Lightning Rend, and Jito is like, no, we can't keep this going. We need to interfere.
No, when that stun happened at
Ice
the beginning,
Bind.
he should have just used
He's
an
gonna-
escape. This KFM is just taking all the damage.
Is he going to be able to tag out by the end of it, or is he going to be caught by the assassin? He
yeah,
gets
there's
stunned
the
again.
escape and the tag.
Good second wind into his escape. Close
Alright.
call.
All right, Protective Fortitude. He's going aggressive, but gets blinded.
I'm not sure if Protective Fortitude stops the blind, but he definitely glacial beams the assassin into place into the cold snap, and the assassin's like, I have a flower up. Lotus and escape. And he
Gets
escapes.
webbed.
Oh my gosh, I'm in the
Where's
air.
the Venom Storm? Yeah, Venom
There we go,
Swarm.
Venom Swarm.
But the Soul Fighter still has an escape, so he's just waiting for that moment where he comes out of the stealth.
Alright, charges in again. Rear charge. Close shave. Good.
Okay,
interfere.
this Sin is taking so much damage. Because he has no escape. He just got the flower back. He's gonna put the
And
or
he
tag.
goes out. Good stun by the Blade Master to the Soul Fighter. But the Soul
Forcing
Fighter,
him to use an escape.
yep. Blocking around, sidestepping around, side steps.
Interferes in.
Huge interfere.
Interfere.
That's a huge
That is
amount of damage.
crazy.
He's
And he just dies. That stun
finished
was
off.
amazing.
Soul Fighter unable to interfere. No, Soul Fighter's still alive.
Oh, he tagged out.
He is still alive. Very good tag out by the Soul Fighter.
That is a highlight right there.
Wow. Will G Torn be able to finish it off? That's huge. Still being in a 3v3 situation.
This item still like up. We gave you one round. This Kung Fu Master still has an escape, but his health is very low.
Blade Master using escape just now. He is no longer able to escape.
I
Except,
missed that triple kick.
Right.
Done. Use an escape and then tags out. Okay.
right, good for him. Everyone has a tag still, except for G Touring. Oh, Blade Dancer still has a tag. Huge damage to the Blade Dancer. Cold Snap. No one's able to come in. They're saving their interferes right now because it's still early on in the game. We're at the 7-minute mark. Blade Dancer trying to put in damage to the Destroyer.
Oh, he just puts him down.
Right,
All right.
Stun into
nice
Lightning
tech,
Draw.
Nice tech chase, but it's a destroyer, and why isn't he using escape? All right, he used an escape.
Huge lightning judgment cleave combo by the Destroyer. Even though he was inside the Lightning Draw, he was like, I don't care. This is my opportunity and I'm not gonna miss it. Blade Dancer tags out to Soul Fighter. Now Soul Fighter is going to have to stay alive and use his power burst to heal, which is unfortunate because normally you would like to use power burst when your other teammates are in the field so that you could heal both of you guys.
All right, so now only the blade.
Huge combo by the Soul
Nice.
Fighter in Martial Stance, brings him up in Windstorm. Perhaps
All right.
second wind is used.
Nice, second wind is used. But he
Glacial
still
Beam.
has a tag.
Is he able to stun him?
Protect Fortitude. He's immune to CC.
Side
this
steps.
Assassin comes in with very little health.
Misses the Earth Pulse. Good.
Cold snap.
Gets out of the snare, tries to run away. Body swap. Is he able to? He stuns him, leaves him there for a little bit. Stuns him again, puts him up in the air.
He's gonna web with the Alright,
No,
oh,
good
the
interfere.
Okay.
Still webs him. In
He
place.
uses the flower to get
Right.
out of that interfere place.
G-Touring being very smart with their swaps. Soul Fighter, who should have been dead, has a good amount of health and is able to make an impact still. Body swap into the
Body
ice
swap.
mine. Very smart play by Kim Sang-uk.
Is he gonna be able to?
He's gonna
catch
charge
that
in and go for the
moment?
lightning rend.
Yeah.
Because there are no
or they
interferes.
just
Or
tag
tag out. That's interesting. I mean, there were no interferes left for G-Touring. I would have assumed.
Well,
that-
actually, oh yeah. Actually, I wasn't looking at the clock. It could have been a force tag.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
I wasn't paying attention.
yeah, if you look at the clock now,
Yeah, right now, Chao Bin's gonna be forced to tag in 6 seconds.
that's a shame. Power burst. Leg sweep.
Nice. And then this is right before he gets
Kingfish.
tagged out.
Any second.
And the
wins
Soul
into
Fighter
Blade
still
Dance.
has an interfere, so they could still make an opportunity.
Right. But before that opportunity arises, Blade Dancer in the chokehold.
Uses the second win.
Good job. This is a close game right now. I don't know who did more damage.
And overall, it just seems like IDEX did a little more damage, but we'll
Yeah.
have to see. Here we go.
G-Touring at a slight advantage with one
got the
tag
two
and an
spinners.
interfere left.
Nice
Knockdown.
down. Nice knockdown.
Gets up
You-
immediately to Hurricane. Unable to use the Phantom
But
Grip.
both sides have one interfere, so
Right.
there's gonna be a point where it's gonna be a 2-on-2.
Right.
Here we go. This is the point.
Interfere
Something
is
happened.
used by both
Alright,
sides. He needs to tag out, but he's not able
Oh,
to.
there is no tag.
Cold Snap.
Well, he
Hits
had a-
damage. Destroyer getting
Destroyer's
stunned.
just gonna get
Good
comboed
combo
by
by
the
the Dragon
KF.
Blitz.
no
Look at
escape.
this. This is
might be able
huge.
to finish him.
100 to
Airborne
0
combo.
airborne windstorm. No, he doesn't go
Come
to
down with
windstorm.
the
He goes into Marshall stance combo.
Nice,
Another
another
knockup.
airborne.
Is he
And
going
this
to
is
do
gonna be
100 to
finished.
0? Knockdown, one more hit, and it should be the leg sweep, and
Oh,
it's
look
not.
at he just finished him. This
Come-
KFM is amazing with his combos.
Amazing 100 to 0
That
combo
tab
by the Kung Fu
airborne
Master.
with the knockdowns.
Wow. I am lightheaded from
Jesus.
that. Saving the day, saving the world. If you're Jesus. Kung Fu Master frozen by the assassin. Right now, IDEPS is kind of
It's gonna
worried.
time that CC, but Kung Fu Master has to use the escape right away. Yes, there we go.
Good stun to the flower. Moving away. Kung Fu Master countering.
They have 20 seconds until they get interfered, so let's see what happens. If they're gonna try to do
Exciting
something.
play right now, damage-wise.
It seems like they're just waiting it out until 3-minute mark to get the
Yeah.
interferes.
Right now, it's a stalemate situation. Neither one of them wants to go in, so they're gonna wait.
Yeah, 3
till
more
a
seconds.
few seconds.
All right, there we go. This is gonna happen. They got their interferes. Airborne. Oh, no tremor. Okay.
He's being smart about it. That was a
Oh, that triple kick was missed.
yeah decoy. He should have seen that opportunity and been like, oh, triple kick.
I used an interfere. They both used their escape. So now, when there's an interfere, one of them is gonna die.
Most important thing is Kung Fu Master is going to be forced to tag out soon.
All right, there is interfere to try to save the Kung Fu Master, and this assassin is taking damage, but freezes him.
Right, he freezes the Soul Fighter as soon as he comes in. He's going to Lightning Rend. No.
Yeah, but Soul Fighter comes in with the force tag, and the assassin's gonna be going out in 9 seconds.
The Soul Fighter has to capitalize on this moment, trying to get in that situation where
he's
he
just
catches
buying
it.
time. There's
Right
the
now,
force
he
tag.
has to
There we go.
There we go, the
Nice
knock-up.
Nice catching
into the interfere, trying to finish it off.
Finish it off. Come on.
Second win, but it gets
They're
stunned
both
again.
out. They could just kill the assassin.
Oh,
Come on.
so close. And the Blade Master comes in with the aerial combo after the stun,
Blade Master, no escape. Soul Fighter escape. He's gonna use the escape to try to kill this Blade Master.
and he catches that with a tech chase. He backs out but gets stunned.
oh, he used an escape, but he couldn't
Soul
capitalize.
Fighter
The
stunned
Soul Fighter-
again. The Blade
he
Master
might,
having
he might
his
just
way.
die because he has no more escape and no interferes.
Sidesteps out, another sidestep,
Cold
cold snap.
One CC in.
Oh, knocked
But
down
either
from the
side, no.
back. Another glacial beam stuck into place, not able to knock him up.
Nice, another Frost Nova too. All right,
Protective Fortitude, good job.
This is his.
Earth Pulse was not effective. Gets
Alright,
knocked down.
knockdown.
Uses his escape. Oh, this is a close match right now. Sidesteps, sidesteps.
Sidestep knockdown.
Knockdown.
Alright, use
It's
escape
not-
by
Oh,
the Blade Master. Now is a chance. If
Oh no, he gets stunned and he gets
No,
he uses
use
the second
escape.
wind. Knocks him
Airborne
off into the
combo.
windstorm combo.
Is he gonna
He's able
catch
to
him?
finish him off.
he caught
Goes
him.
into the
He
Frost
caught him. He's
Nova.
gonna finish him.
And
nice
he's
Frost
done.
Nova. He just caught him. That catch was amazing.
Assassin is at
No
Very
health.
little health. I was about to say 0. Basically 0 health. G-Toy switches
Alright.
to Kung Fu Master.
Right when it comes out to flurry. Oh, he
Gets
gets
knocked
stunned.
up.
Is he gonna get webbed and Venom Swarmed? Of course.
This is
Oh, but he
okay. Good interfere.
Protected fortitude,
But the
but he-
Ice Mine, is he going to go for the double freeze? But he
Oh.
Okay, he
Oh, but
got one.
Yeah, but
he needs a
but
stun.
no, he's gonna time it. Kung Fu Master still hasn't escaped. He has to use it right away.
Right. Oh, but did he
Oh,
miss that
yeah, I
lightning red?
think-
He
did
was
he
too
miss-
early. That was not good.
Kung Fu Master didn't even use his escape for that.
Body
Use
swap
it, come on.
goes into.
Okay. Alright, there's a Rising Dragon. Forces the assassin to use an escape. So right when he comes out of that,
Goes into.
nice
Oh,
arrow!
good win by G-Touring. Very close match. G-Touring comes out with the win,
takes the win.
proving the votes wrong. How did you watch that game?
Oh, I'm sweating right now.
Oh, that was such a fun game in the middle of it. Last set, definitely the most exciting. G-Touring coming around. Huge play by the Soul Fighter, tagging out at like 0.5
Yeah. In
health.
the beginning, I thought he died. I was
We
like,
all thought he
yeah,
died.
yeah.
And then I slowly saw a little bit of orange come up,
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's like,
is he revitalizing? Like, coming back from the dead?
Is there a mercy on the
Yeah.
Heroes never die.
Yeah. Merciful. Merciful. Good stuff. Somebody looking out for G-Touring, coming
Yeah.
out for the 2-1 win. IDEPS definitely in a bad situation right now with 3 losses for their record.
Yeah, Chao Bin, the Soul Fighter. Yeah,
there we go.
he had some nice catches.
He had some good catches. He was able to avoid a lot of attacks. IDEPS definitely thought they were able to win, even in the video introduction.
Yeah.
They were like, what's G-Touring is definitely a team that we feel like we will be able to beat.
And I still feel like Kim Sung was the assassin on IDEPS. Well, he did kind of make the mistake at the end to miss
Let's
the timing.
look at
but
these
let's see the
highlights. This was the point where Destroyer was like, I'm going to stay in this lightning draw and just do a lot of
Yeah,
damage to you,
just
Blade
Blade Dancer
Dancer.
does not use his escape until he took full damage.
Yeah. 2-on-2 situation. Blade Master using
Yeah,
his lightning
this is
draw.
the point where... Oh, he died.
Yeah, this is where
this
Blade
was a-
Dancer just melted away.
Rising Dragon. Nice combo. This was one of the parts where he just takes out all the Destroyer's health.
If I were to pick one MVP, I would definitely say the Kung Fu Master did
Yeah.
a really good job. We saw this 100-0 combo later on, just now.
Yeah, yeah, and here we go. The Soul Fighter also did pretty good.
Windstorm. Beautiful, beautiful.
This is the part where
Good stuns, good kicks out.
oh yeah, this is the catch
Yeah.
where he just finishes him off, right? Yeah,
Frost
Nova
Nova
and just finishes
the
him
game.
off.
That
yeah.
was
And then-
beautiful play between. That
and
was
this is the
most
part where he
exciting.
missed it.
Yeah,
he
missed
missed
his
it.
lightning rend. Yeah, he has to time that perfectly. One
was-
to do it.
If he got it, he would have killed the KFN.
Yeah, especially in a tag match. I don't know how. Like, I have a general idea of who does more damage, but this time around, since G-Touring was able to finish it off, they won. But if it went to TKO, I'm not sure who would have won.
Yeah.
We're going to have a brief break afterwards. We're going to have an interview to see who the MVP is, of course, and
winning team.
see
Right.
their feedback and comments on the match. You guys stay tuned. We'll be back in 7 minutes.
Next match is GC Busan versus SWAT.
Yeah, that should be fun too. GC Busan always fun to watch. Stay in your seats, turn off the sound, and see you soon.
마침내 세상의 경계를 넘어선 새로운 판이 시작된다. 신한 카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다.
Summer, let simmer glow in flames.
마침내 세상의 경계가 사라진다. 모든 영역을 뛰어넘은 새로운 판 시작합니다. 내 손안의 생활 플랫폼 신한카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다. 원슈팅 액션 쾌감 헌터스 어드벤처.
어이, 뭐 하시나?
마법쓰레기 어딨어?
이기는 장땡이지.
이러면 곤란해.
NC 다이노스 파이팅!
영감장.
우리 함께 행진해요.
마침내 세상의 경계를 넘어선 새로운 판이 시작된다. 신한카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다. 마침내 세상의 경계가 사라진다. 모든 영역을 뛰어넘은 새로운 판 시작합니다. 내 손안의 생활 플랫폼 신한카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다.
All right, welcome back, you guys. We're going to go straight into our interview. All right, thank you for the amazing game that you showed us, G-Touring. Let's have an interview with Park Young-min first.
박경민 선수가 생각했을 때 1, 2, 3경기 중에 첫 번째 경기 판정으로 패배를 가져갔단 말이죠.
When you think about the 3 games, what do you think about the first game? It went to a TKO.
서로 같이 다 맞아가지고.
네.
그건 저희가 잘못한 거.
Well, our team overall we got hit too much, so
That's our
yeah,
fault.
that's our fault.
데미지를 좀 많이 못 넣었다는 게 결국 판정에서 나온 거거든요. 본인이 생각했을 때 데미지를 못 넣은 거에 대한 본인의 책임은 어느 정도라고 생각하시나요?
As you were supposed to put in more damage, but what do you think your percentage of responsibility was in that aspect?
And he thinks he said I have no responsibility
Yeah,
of
that's
that.
not my part.
Yeah, I did pretty well.
So the Kung Fu Master Park Young-min said he doesn't have that much responsibility over that. So
Yeah.
who do you think holds responsibility over not putting in too much damage?
Yeah, and he just asked like, what do you think?
And so he's saying, well, to be honest, Blade Dancer, we're not supposed to be putting in damage.
And he's saying the KFM should have put the damage in.
KFM's the offensive character.
정말 인터뷰가 잘 흘러가고 있네요.
So they're blaming each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
박경민 선수 옆에 김현 선수가 저런 말씀해 주셨는데 소감 한번 말씀해 주셔야 될
So
것 같은데요.
Kim Byun-woo said that. What do you think? What is your retaliation?
끊어주러 나가는 역할이기 때문에.
He's saying that now I have to interfere to save my teammates. I'm not the dealer.
딜 넣는 게 더 낫다고.
So he's saying the Blade Dancer should come in and put the lightning draw and put the damage in.
So they're just putting the responsibility on each other.
보도록 하겠습니다. 차우빈 선수 같은 경우에는 싱글도 플레이를 해주면서
Alright, we're going to Cha Woo-bin. He also was in the single tournament.
결과가 나왔죠?
We had an unfortunate result in the singles match. Right?
And his answer?
He's just laughing. He's like,
Did you have to ask that question?
it's like, oh well.
상대 클래스가 1대1에서 클래스가 역사였었죠.
And he's talking about how his opponent was a destroyer.
처음으로 나왔고
And in all the matches so far, you've always been put up against a destroyer. So do you think these tag matches have helped you, or the singles matches helped you?
잠을 못 자가지고
But these days I can't
이벤트 때문에
actually fall asleep into deep sleep, so
Yeah.
he's tired. I don't know, maybe
He's
his
blaming-
eyes.
He's like,
자고 있긴 해요.
인터뷰가 정말
I
잘
haven't-
흘러가고 있네요.
네, 어쨌든 저희가 이벤트인데
네.
연습을 좀 안 하긴 했어요 일주일 동안.
And he's saying that we didn't practice for a
그래서 첫
week.
번째 막 오랜만에 하니까
It just seems like he's thinking of
너무
excuses.
어색해가지고.
And he's like, oh, it's been a week, and then
안 되긴 해요.
you know our teamwork is kind of like rusty.
so basically he's saying he didn't get enough sleep,
Yeah.
didn't do enough practice,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why we weren't able to get a better result.
아마 첫 번째 세트, 두 번째 세트를 다 따져 보면은 기권사의 딜량이 꽤나 높게 나오지 않을까라는 생각이 들었어요.
So if we're looking at the results of the games, we're looking at Soul Fighter doing most of the damage,
Yeah. And during the game, so during the game when he interferes, he's like, help me! His teammates call for help and he goes in, heals and tries to do damage, but the assassin kept going stealth.
Yeah, and running away.
자, 이번 경기의 MVP를 발표해 보도록
Alright,
하겠습니다.
so
김현우 선수가 생각하시는
this
누가 MVP인 것 같아요?
game's
마이크를 한번
MVP,
넘겨볼까요?
who do you think?
김현우 선수가?
박경민 선수가 MVP 것 같습니다.
누가요?
So he thinks Park Kyung-min is the MVP, the KFM.
이번 경기의 MVP는 박경민 선수입니다.
And you're right.
부탁드리겠습니다.
Today's or this match's MVP is the Kung Fu Master, Park Kyung-min.
본인이 생각하시기에
Plus
What do you
400.
think?
있다고 생각하시나요? 어떻게 생각하시나요?
저희 팀이 잘해줘가지고
It's like,
Now he's saying our teammates played very well. So, you know, I was able to shine with two good supports on my team.
난이 포인트가 상대가 없었을 때
when the opponent doesn't have an interfere point.
키를 딱 따낼 수 있었던 그 타이밍이었었는데 손이 좀 떨리던가 뭐 그런 거 좀 없었나요? 이게
Okay, so when the team doesn't have an interfere point, that was an opportunity for you to go in and go for the kill. Did you get nervous at all in that situation?
그 차우가 계속 계산을 해줬거든요.
Well, he was actually he didn't get nervous because his teammate Chao Bin, the Force Master, was actually calculating the timings for him.
And he was telling him to
Yes.
come in.
That is teamwork.
Right.
이게 바로 권사의 힘이다라는 걸 보여주지 않았나 생각이 들고
Yeah.
마지막으로 박경민 선수가
So the interview was like, didn't we get to? I think we got to see what the Kung Fu Master is really able to do, and showed us a good performance.
우리 찍어놔 뭐 이런 거 있잖아요.
And do you have any words for the audience?
응원조와 챙겨드릴 테니까 찍어주세요.
So he's saying,
Yeah.
for the predictions,
Yeah.
you should pick us because we'll definitely bring you the win.
Yeah.
You saw as today we did.
Yeah, so next time, vote for us and root for us. Thank you. And a big round of applause for the MVP and the winning team, G Touring. Now we're going to get ready for the second matchup, which will be GC Busan versus SWAT.
Woo!
Another good matchup. Let's go to the introductions.
이제 앞으로는 좀 선봉 나오는 거에 있어서 조금은 신중해야 될 필요성이 있는 것 같습니다. 저는 귀한 자식이니까요. 또 모릅니다. 또 이렇게 해가지고 또 심리전으로 제가 한번 맨 처음으로 나갈지는.
수아팀은 저희 이기려면은 자만적으로 연습만 해야 될 것 같아서 천재지변이 나지 않는 이상은 안 질 것 같아요.
금성이 형이 수아팀이 자만적으로 연습해야 우리를 이길 수 있다고 했는데 자만적으로 연습해도 우리를 못 이길 것 같으니까 그냥 푹 쉬셨으면 좋겠습니다.
가장 강력한 우승 후보라고 생각을 하는 팀이기 때문에 많이 경계를 하고는 있는데 저만 긴장 안 하고 잘하면은 이길 수 있을 것 같습니다.
주의할 선수가 있다면 뭐 아무래도 골캐 황금성 선수가 기동성이 좋은 캐릭터를 하다 보니까 그 선수만 좀 조심하면은 뭐 승산이 100% 없는 팀이라고는 생각을 하지 않고 있습니다.
태그매치인 만큼 저희가 저희만의 색깔을 다시 보여드릴 수만 있다면 충분히 잡을 수 있을 것 같습니다.
예, 저희 멸치 3인방 중에 가장 잘생겼다고 얘기를 듣는 김수환이긴 한데요. 저보다 잘생긴 분들도 많고 게임은 게임이니까 저희가 이제 게임으로 증명해 드리겠습니다.
All right. Good introduction videos by both teams. GC Busan looking really confident.
Yeah.
They're saying that SWAT, even if they don't sleep and practice all night, they still won't beat them. And SWAT thinking that they still have a chance. Let's look at GC Busan Destroyer, Sungjin Choi, Soul Fighter, Kim Sung Hwang, and Blade Dancer, Sungwoo Shim. All very good players. We got to see Kim Sung Hwang play against Kim Shin-gyum in the one-on-one tournament. Unfortunately, unable to come out the victor, but still has a tag team tournament to play his individual stats are pretty ridiculous in the tag team. He has 10 kills and 1 death.
And you know, Kim Shin-kyung also has 10 kills. But winners play 3 games, GC Busan only played 2.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That is.
Alright, let's go to the next team on the red side.
SWAT. I like that. SWAT.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Alright, on SWAT we have Kim Soo-hwan, Lee-won-sik, and Ji Sung-gun. Kim Soo-hwan playing the KFM, Lee-won-sik playing the BM, Ji Sung-gun playing the Soul Fighter.
Right, we get to see another Kung Fu master. Will he be able to follow in the footsteps of G Touring's Park Kyung-min?
And this is actually SWAT's 4th game, where for GC Busan, it's their 3rd game.
Exactly. Let's see if the SWAT team will be able to come out for the win against GC Busan, who is definitely considered the stronger team. Now, look at that.
Okay, so
96 to 4%. I hope they don't get to see the predictions. Imagine they see the predictions on their screen. Like they're practicing and then there's just a huge pop-up. It's like, predictions for team. Good luck.
On GC Busan screen, it's a big 9-4 and 9-6.
Yeah.
And then for SWAT, it's just 4.
I'm sorry, guys. Good luck. Hope you the best. All right, we're ready for our next matchup. Let's see if SWAT will come back for the win against the predictions. Stay tuned for the Hanzo Genji video.
Player of the game.
Alright, Destroyer versus Soul Fighter. I feel like that's a general trend now. The supporting character, the person that has to stay out the longest, will always come out first. No changes in team
But this
composition.
Cha Sung-jin actually beat a Soul Fighter in the singles match, so I'm pretty sure he's confident to take on the Soul Fighter.
Well, Cha Sung-jin is also just a really good player in general. So the initiation, the first flight, we saw Soul Fighter put Destroyer into a Frost Nova and slow him down, unable to charge in. Cold Snap. So,
They're just
charging in.
There we go.
Resisted. Glacial Beam.
Oh, this Destroyer.
Axe Sweep
Playing
into
it
Stone
aggressive.
Shield. If the stun, grab him.
There is no interfere on either side.
And then a Hurricane.
And this Soul Fighter, okay, now he finally uses the escape.
Knocks
There's
him up,
interfere.
2-on-1.
Nice air ball.
Jumps
Oh.
in.
I'm thinking this KFM wanted to catch the Destroyer instead of the one that interfered in.
Right, Typhoon. Putting the damage in. Knockdown right after the Typhoon. Interesting. Good timing. Hitting him from far away.
Pushes him
Void
back.
Blast. Ember Stomp. Cold Snap. In place. Backsteps out. Pulls him in. Stunned, dazed, 2-on-1. Knocks them both down. Blade Master like, no, and blocks and then charges in. Sidesteps and then goes away. Unable to do
And he
anything.
times it perfectly when the Blade Master goes in. He puts him into the aerial.
Very good.
But he's unable to catch him.
Blade Dancer interferes with the Vortex. Doesn't do too much and then just disappears again.
Soul Fighter is able to just take the 2-on-1. So much dodges and sidesteps.
Very good job of the Soul Fighter. So far, SWAT isn't doing it.
Ooh, nice timing.
Doing a bad
tag.
job. Now both of these teams have good team play and teamwork. Oh! Good interference by GC Busan. And a power burst by the Soul Fighter on his own.
SWAT's Blade Master took a lot of them. Oh.
Tags out of Blade Dancer versus Blade Master.
This is also a match that we saw in the singles.
Right. Specking in a tag team match and a one-on-one match is slightly different. Heavenly Dance, aerial combo, ascent,
and then the lightning drew. Okay.
and then stopped by an interfere.
By the KFM. KFM
Comes
riding
with a
dragon.
flying kick.
Alright, nice stun, but he still hasn't escaped, but the interfere comes in instead. Earth Pulse.
Knocks him down in second wind. Now it's Blade Dancer versus Kung Fu Master.
KFM doesn't have an escape, so he's gonna, there we go, the interfere to help him out. So he doesn't take the full damage in.
Vortex trying to negate this damage going in. Destroyer is out for the Blade Dancer now. Knocks him out. Puts him in Ember Stop. Judgment Cleave combo.
He's gonna take
doing
so
more
much damage,
and then
he
he
uses
his
his
second
escape
wind.
right when it cools back down. This is bad for the KFM.
KFM going to Frost Armor inside of the Typhoon. Comes in.
That knockup was immune because he was spinning.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. Maybe he didn't see the red inside the Typhoon. Uses the lightning draw, puts in a good amount of
Follows in the
damage.
dive frame,
Soul Fighter comes out. Back to square one. Frost Nova. Sidestep. That goes really far. A lot of mobility by the Soul Fighter.
Well, Soul Fighter actually has one teleport zip.
No, it's true.
It's not like a... They're just buying out time.
Glacial Beam does not hit.
Use
Second
the
wind is
wind.
used.
And Protective Fortitude. I really don't like it when they both use it at the same time.
Yeah. But then again, that's probably one of the best places to use your resists is when your opponent also uses it.
If you notice, he actually blocked that pull by the Destroyer, the Soul Fighter. Perfectly timed.
Very slow play right now. GC Busan not as aggressive as I expected them to be.
He goes in, airborne.
SWAT doing much more damage.
Interfere
Airborne
and cuts him, cuts the combo.
Right, in the middle of it. Was he able to catch that? No. But the Destroyer comes in, knocks him out, uses his second wind. He's not able to come out, he gets knocked up.
And he has no
2-on-1
escape,
save.
which causes the interfere combo.
Lightning draw, finishing off the Destroyer.
The Destroyer.
Huge move by SWAT, making it 3v2 against GC Busan, who was the 96% favorite. Good resist by both sides. SWAT gaining health back, knocking him up into an aerial combo. GC Busan
interferes to help him out.
They're in a bad situation right now. Cold Snap into...
Actually, Hwang Kim-sung doesn't have an escape, so there's the interfere to help him, to save him.
That's the only way that he can survive right now. He has to have an interfere, Heavenly Dance combo.
But now both sides don't have any more interferes other than Hwang Kim-sung, but he's out, so that's not going to help him.
Re-knock up, he gets stunned, Days knocked down, goes into second wind, gets knocked up again by Soul Fighter. Soul Fighter against Blade Master. Blade Dancer against Blade Master with a tag now.
There's a tag.
Good Heavenly Dance ascend by the Blade Master.
Earth Pulse to cut off the combo again.
2-on-1, lightning draw, huge damage.
He's huge damage and he's going to be able to... He uses escape and tags.
Good move by Blade Master. Long range damage.
Now both sides, they're going to play it pretty well because they both know they have a tag.
Right, one tag each, no interferes. We have to wait till the 3-minute mark. Who is the better player? Soul Fighter against Blade Dancer.
Only if this Blade Dancer had the lightning draw, would have been good right now.
Right,
Another
but he
airborne,
has 5
but
seconds
fine.
left before he's able to get another lightning draw in and put in a lot of damage.
2 more seconds for the... Alright. Oh, nice!
Good charge.
Nice!
Lightning draw,
By
that's the
lightning
damage that
draw.
we're looking for. Second wind,
Forces the second
out-stunned.
wind. And he
Phantom
he's
Grip
gonna be
is able to
kill
finish
him.
it off.
You put him down.
He needs to finish it off right now.
Put
No
him down.
tags,
Nice.
that's
Good.
done. No interference there.
No time for tags.
GC Busan evening it up. They are in a better situation now because of the health advantage. Knock up by the Blade Dancer, another Heavenly Dance combo. He has 26 seconds left, no interferes and no tags.
Where the Blade
GC
Dancer
Busan
has
having
an
his
escape,
way.
tag. Oh, KFM
Knocks him
airborne.
up.
Tremor.
Unable to do anything else though because the Blade Dancer.
Use an escape. This KFM has an escape. Come on, you gotta use it right away.
Lightning draw, huge damage. Soul Fighter comes in, he's going to try to
He's
finish
gonna
it
be able
off.
to kill him.
Sidesteps
Yes,
like
he kills
crazy, finishes it off. 2v1, aerial dance.
Aerial dance.
Aerial combo, Heavenly Dance. Cold Snap.
Cold Snap.
GC Busan
gonna
going
catch
to finish
him.
it off. He's going to Glacial Beam,
okay,
leg sweep
knockdown,
into his martial stance combo.
He's pretty calm. Protective Fortitude. He goes aggressive.
Huge comeback by GC Busan. I don't think SWAT's going to be able to finish this off. Pulls him in with his Soaring Falcon.
Forces him to use the escape. Stuns him. Oh. Wait,
No.
he might be able to do something because he has no more escape. But they got interferes back. So
There's
interference.
something, but
There's
not
interference. They're gonna just finish him
Lightning
off with the
draw.
lightning draw.
Good performance by GC Busan. Destroyer is like, thank you guys for saving me.
No, but it wasn't as one-sided as I expected.
Yeah, it wasn't a 94-6 or
No,
96-4.
it was 97-3.
Really? No, it was 96. Oh. Well, regardless.
Yeah, well, anyways, it wasn't a 97-3 or 96-4.
Yeah, I mean, just going by action
it was a
and
good round.
performance, it was definitely maybe like a 60-40 performance. Definitely, in the beginning, SWAT was doing much better than GC Busan, being able to kill off the destroyer, and then Hwang Keum-sung and Shim Sung-woo saving Choi Sung-jin's butt at the end of it. Yeah.
No, because even Team SWAT actually made some mistakes. That's why they ended up losing, but they actually kept the scores even.
Right, right. All right, let's look at the highlights. Good stun. Good lightning draw by the Blade Master. But, unfortunately, it was a 2-on-1 situation. Judgment Cleave combo. Unable to
So
get
clean.
hit. Yeah. Lightning draw. That was the lightning draw that I was talking about.
He grabs one person, drops one, goes to the other one, and
then gets
runs
the lightning
into the
draw.
lightning draw.
Yeah, unfortunate.
This
Huge
is
damage
the-
by Blade Dancer.
Yeah, this is the burst damage where
Blade Dancer is both a defensive and offensive character. Look at this, all the time. You see the Blade Dancer use the lightning draw and huge damage. Phantom Grip. This is where he tried to finish him off, and he's able to do so.
Just given the time to tag. He actually did have a tag, but no time to tag.
A lot of action by the Blade Dancer, but not to mention the Soul Fighter doing a great job as well. I would have to say
Blade
the
Dancer
first
is
game.
actually
Yeah.
doing a lot of good damage.
All right, we are ready for set 2. Let's see if SWAT will be able to fine-tune their game and make it 1-1 and have an exciting match for us for our second matchup.
I just want to see the Blade Dancer lightning draw and something like.
Yeah, yeah, it's huge damage. The lightning flying around is definitely satisfying to see.
Yeah.
This is the audience that picked the favorite. All right, let's get started. All right, Soul Fighter against Destroyer again. No change-ups. Let's see how the first flight changes up compared to the first set. Destroyer in the air, flying around. Again, same exact beginning.
Slow, but he gets grabbed.
Into the Ember Stomp.
And there's an interfere already. Nice. Trying to put in a lot of
Soul
damage.
Fighter taking a lot of damage this time. He's about to get melted down. He's at 50%. He's at 30%. Cold Snap trying to stay alive. He's going to try. No, he doesn't power burst and then leaves. Kung Fu Master comes in though and gets stunned. Unable to do too much. Goes for the triple kick. Knocks down the Destroyer.
Uses the escape. The Destroyer uses it.
Uses his Hurricane and spins away. Knocks in, knocks down.
That was kind of like a
good job, Kung Fu Master, going into his combo.
Interfere comes in for the help because he has no
by the
escape.
Blade Dancer. Lightning draw by the Blade Dancer.
But he gets stunned, uses it. Second win.
Soul Fighter going into the Cold Snap. Crossing over before that. But the Soul Fighter
other Soul Fighter is just
interfering in for the...
Not a bad interfere.
Right, the counter.
Nice timing.
Protective Fortitude.
Because his Blade Master came in and tried to stun right away.
That second wind is used.
Earth
Oh,
Pulse,
good
nice.
Earth Pulse. Knocked him down.
Interfered.
He used his second wind and then tags out. Soul Fighter is back with a little bit more health than before.
Alright, the Destroyer stuns him and leaves for the Soul Fighter to the area, but the interfere comes in to stop it.
So far, pretty good plays from both sides. Very good cooperative play. But look at this. Soul Fighter by Hwang Keum-sung is getting melted down. Has the tag out to the Destroyer. Back to square one again. Gets pulled in.
Nice.
Unable to block that pull.
Nice grab.
Knocks him down. Good
Look
combos.
at that.
Side steps, back steps, Typhoon, Hurricane. Tags out, unable to get that stun because he backsteps right away. Kung Fu Master being smart about his movement.
Nice side steps.
Comes in, stuns. Hurricane. Another knock up. Kung Fu Master playing a really good
Rising
job.
Dragon sucks him in.
Stone Shield getting some health. Blocks that pull. Good stun by the Kung Fu Master. Hong Sung tries to come in to interfere. He pushes him back. Kung Fu Master is knocked down inside the lightning draw. Takes some damage.
Oh, he
uses
missed
the
the
leg
knockdown,
sweep.
and then this Blade Dancer just able to stun him, and it's a 2v1.
Whoa,
but they're
did
not
you
getting
see
much
that?
stun.
He went in for the charge,
Tremor,
knocked
nice
him
tremor.
up.
He still has an escape. It's not going to be a big deal.
Aerial
for-
combo. He's not able to escape though. Frozen in place as a defensive maneuver. Blade Dancer knocking up into a Heavenly Dance. So switches
And then
out.
comes in for the Windstorm combo. He put in
Huge
a lot of
He's
damage.
trying to finish this off.
And this interfere by SWAT is doing nothing. They're just taking damage.
Right, the Kung Fu Master eventually going to have to tag out soon. He's going to want to tag out to the Blade Master. Lightning Draw misses.
Uses the escape. Now he
There we
has
go.
to
The
tag.
Blade Master is out.
Blade
Block
Dancer
it.
comes in.
Vortex, Vortex, Vortex. Knocks him down. Phantom Grip, Lightning Draw, sidestep, sidestep, and the Soul Fighter comes out instead of
Protective
Blade
Fortitude.
Dancer.
Nice Earth Pulse. Nice ground combos. He's catching it pretty well. It would have been better with the air combo finish, but
Bolt Snap 2-on-1 and a reactionary 2-on-2 counter. Both sides are gaining health because of the power burst. Blade Master though is getting melted down.
by the Destroyer. Ah, he missed that turn.
Is this going to be a 2-0 win?
The cold snap. He's just taking damage. I don't know why. He just used the iframe right there.
He wants to save his tag. SWAT has one tag left out of everybody.
Let's get that move.
And they use the tag. Now Soul Fighter needs to survive. The Kung Fu Master is going to try and interfere and try to
Nice
melt.
5-point strike by the Blade Dancer. He was attacking both of them.
Right, second wind is used. Destroyer comes in, spins. Searing strikes, trying to negate some damage, but he's still inside that
Cold snap.
field of ice, that snowstorm, the blizzard. Gets knocked down, but gets up immediately. Knocked down again.
Come on, Destroyer. Yes,
Pulls him and grabbed.
this might be dangerous. This KFM might have to interfere in to save him.
Right. KF
He has
is
no
going to want to
escape.
come in, maybe
He has
use
no
his Fighting
escape.
Spirit.
Nice.
No escape. He's not able to do anything.
That interfere was a must. Because
Yep.
if he didn't, he would have died.
Uses Power Burst just now, trying to stay alive. Glacial Beam. Knocks him up in the air,
He
Windstorm
has
combo.
no escape, this Destroyer, but he has so much health. It's not even
2 minutes.
down.
Right now, GC Busan very comfortable. Leg sweep into King Fist. Another
Even
Windstorm
now,
combo.
Destroyer still, no escape, but he's not worried. Now he gets his escape back.
Gets
Pulls him
pulled in. Dazed. Backstep.
He missed
Unable
that
to tech
tech
chase.
chase.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Gets knocked down again. Second
Uses
wind.
his second wind.
Super vulnerable right now. Go
Yeah.
Protective Fortitude. What's he gonna do?
No tag, no interfere for another minute and 45 seconds. This Destroyer is just gonna go in.
Yeah, unable to knock him down. Charging in. Sidestepping. At like 0 health.
this force man. Oh!
Dead. Goodbye. Hurricane. Kung Fu Master, let's see if he's able to do anything. He has a minute and 30 seconds left
Tremor,
before an
nice.
interfere.
This Destroyer has no more, no escape at all. He just
Kung Fu Master
Kung Fu
finishes
Master.
it off.
Kung Fu's him to death.
This is what Kung Fu Master is able to do. He is the damage of the team, but will he be able to do it against the Blade Dancer when the Blade Dancer is also able to go into the offensive? Kung Fu Master knocks him up into the aerial.
Sucks him in with the Rising Dragon. He uses his escape. They both don't have the escape, but
And
they
he
tag.
tags out to the Soul Fighter. They have 1 minute left before an interfere, but the Soul Fighter feeling much more comfortable.
Oh,
look
the
at
Soul
this
Fighter.
huge damage by the
Let's
Soul
go,
Fighter.
boy. He
And
just
he's
finishes him off.
able to finish it out as the Soul Fighter does. Lightning Draw by the Blade Master.
Yeah, and he
Aerial combo.
just takes the damage, doesn't use his escape.
Frost Nova. Glacial Beam knocks him
Stuns
out.
him. He's gonna
Void
force the
Blast
Blade
knock
Master.
him up.
He's gonna-
Windstorm.
Come on, where's the escape? Come on.
He's not able to do anything. Just gets out now, but what you gonna do?
Oh.
2-0 win by GC Busan. Everyone stays alive and everyone gets to share the fame of the 2-0 win.
God, I love it when I see the Soul Fighter do this combo. It's like, man.
It's enormous. It's huge. It's 100. We got to see a lot of 100-0 today.
Yeah.
We got a 100-0 Kung Fu Master combo, and we got to see the Soul Fighter combo again. We get to see the Soul Fighter combo a lot actually, because the Soul Fighter is a famous pick, not a famous, a popular pick amongst the teams.
And today, I'm happy that we saw a lot of the Blade Dancers.
Yeah,
Lightning Draw and the Thunder combo. Because I love that. I love the animation.
I'm not sure who is going to take the MVP for GC Busan. Most likely the Blade Dancer.
I don't know. The soul fighter actually. I don't know.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah, it's a close call.
It's a toss-up. Destroyer probably won't get it because of his early death. He's gonna have to make up an excuse. He's gonna get some questions asked in the interview about that, because he's definitely the personality of the team. Talks a lot. Let's look at this highlight really quick. Good combo by SWAT from the beginning, but this is where GC Busan comes in. It's just like, let's put in a huge amount. This is in the beginning, my bad. This is by SWAT. And then the knock-up, yeah, this is the counter. GC Busan interfere in.
Let's play. Look at this. Even now,
good combo. Look at that. 60% of his health is just goodbye. Good different creep combo by the Destroyer.
Look at that anti-cancel. It's so smooth.
SWAT isn't able to do anything with their interferes at that point. They tag out. No, they're forced to tag out because of death. Protected fortitude. Knock up.
Oh, this was amazing. This is like a part of a movie.
Seriously. Normally you take
with that ice storm and just King Fist and Blitz.
Like normally you take those graphics off.
Yeah.
But the MV feels on because it looks beautiful. Look at that. Windstorm combo. Wood Blast. Knocks him out. Good showing by GC Busan. We're going to have interviews in 7 minutes after these commercials.
Yeah, what's our next matchup?
Our next matches is Winner versus MSG, another fun matchup.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that GC Busan vs SWAT was one-sided, but they did come out with a win, 2-0. Let's see how it turns out for Winner versus MSG. Stay tuned.
마침내 세상의 경계를 넘어선 새로운 판이 시작된다. 신한 카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다. 마침내 세상의 경계가 사라진다. 모든 영역을 뛰어넘은 새로운 판. 시작합니다. 내 손안의 생활 플랫폼 신한 카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다.
곱슬한 게 어딨어? 이기는 장땡이지. 이러면 곤란해.
NC 다이노스 파이팅! 우리 함께 행진해요.
마침내 세상의 경계를 넘어선 새로운 판이 시작된다. 신한 카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다. 마침내 세상의 경계가 사라진다. 모든 영역을 뛰어넘은 새로운 판 시작합니다. 내 손안의 생활 플랫폼 신한 카드 판. 생활의 판을 바꾸다.
All right, welcome back, you guys. Let's go into the interview with GC Busan.
All right.
Very good 2-0 win. Good performance.
The game was fun.
Yeah.
MVP 인터뷰 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 승리를 가져간 GC 부산에게
Big round of applause. Huge round of applause for GC Busan.
큰 박수가 나올 수밖에 없죠. 아 잘생겼나요?
The audience is like, you're handsome.
먼저 심성우 선수 인터뷰 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 멋쟁이 심성우 선수 이번 경기에서 굉장히 멋진 활약들을 많이 보여주면서 사실 황금성 선수가 본인을 브레인으로서 선택을 했다. 브레인으로서
So
그런
황금성
역할을 하고
said
있다고
that
얘기했는데
심성우 is the brains of the team.
피지컬로 멋진 모습 보여줬었는데 오늘은 본인도 좀 느껴지나요? 오늘 굉장히 본인이 잘했다라는 걸?
Do you also feel like you were the brains of the team? Do you think you did well
And he says,
today's match? And he's like,
원래
yeah.
이게 제가 브레인 역할을 하는 게 팀의
The reason
이득이 돼서 그렇게
I'm playing the brains
원래
of the team is because when I do it, our team plays well.
1대1에서도 꿀리지 않는 자신 있다.
But he's saying I'm
그래서
also
중요한
good
인터뷰,
during
한준호
the single
선수와
matches as
3대1
well.
경기로 패배를 가져가는 싱글에서 이건 어떻게 된 겁니까? 자신 있잖아요 지금.
And the interviewer was like, okay, well, in the single tournament, you lost 3-2-1. So how did that happen?
팬들이랑 같이 얘기하면서 게임을 하다가 혼자 하니까 막
So now he's saying, I got so used to playing with my team. So when I went to the single, I was like alone. I was alone.
Nervous. Didn't have that emotional
Yeah.
crutch.
개인의 기량이라든가 이런 거 굉장히 뛰어나서 그래서 저희 싱글도 굉장히 기대를 많이 했거든요.
He's talking to Hwang Sung now. He's like, you have very good technical abilities, and we're excited to watch you play one-on-one. But what happened
상황이 발생이 됐습니다.
in the one-on-one situation?
이해를 해야 될 것 같은데요.
일단 태그에 더 집중을 하기 위해
So he's saying, you know, singles is singles, but I'm focusing more on the tag, more money.
I'm more concentrated on the tag team.
Yeah.
Trying to
Yeah, he's saying, you know, I let it go.
diffuse the heat.
아, 조금 더 이 태그 매치에 집중하기 위한 그 큰 그림을 황금성 선수가 보셨군요.
Like, I want to look at the big picture. Exactly.
The big picture.
승리한 최성진 선수. 황금성 선수와 심성우 선수를 큰 그림을 위해서 싱글을 약간 좀 포기했다는
And so Shim Sung-woo and Hwang Sung both gave up the singles tournament for the big picture, but we have Choi Sung-jin who won the singles tournament.
And now he's
for the
saying,
big picture.
yeah, you could obviously tell that they're just lying. They're just trying to, you know, pat themselves on the back. It's like, it's okay.
Yeah, trying to make something good out of something bad.
이제 기본사전을 하는데 알다시피 제 머릿속에 넘버원은 이제 황금성이기 때문에.
And the reason he could win was because he went up against Soul Fighter, and to me, the #1 Soul Fighter is Hwang Sung. That's on my team. So as long as it's not Hwang Sung, I could take any other Soul Fighters on.
Two birds with one stone. You know, tell the interviewer
너라고 볼 수가 있을 거야. 두 번의
that my Soul Fighter is the best.
한 번의 교체와 난이 포인트 두 개씩을 가지고 먼저 다운.
제가 오늘 이게 좀 살짝
He's definitely talking about the first game where Destroyer died with both tags and an interfere gun.
Now he's saying, I was looking at the big picture.
Yeah, it's like that was intentional.
That was for the team.
Yeah.
Give my team some motivation. But we ended up winning.
Yeah. He's definitely pulling stuff out of his butt now. He's like, we did it on purpose to show everybody that we can win 2v3 from the beginning.
Yeah. Even though I had 2 tags left, it didn't matter.
Look at the smirk on his face. Obviously lying.
그렇다면 최성진 선수가 봤을 때 이 큰 그림을 완성한 팀 내의 피카소는 누군가요? 오늘의 MVP.
So, in order to
오늘은 또 저희 막내가
draw this huge picture, this big picture, who made the biggest stroke of the brush?
And he is saying, our Picasso, the one who's drawing the big picture, might be Shim Sung-woo, who gets the MVP.
블레이드 댄서 영어로는 블레이드 댄서 오늘의 MVP는 심성우 선수.
And so the MVP is Shim Sung-woo, the blade dancer. Definitely doing a great job.
간단한 소감 좀 들어봐야 될 것 같은데 형들의 무척 이루고 있었는데
Here a few words.
MVP까지 받았어요.
근데 이게 팀 게임인데.
Since this is a team game.
팀 게임인데.
기억이 나면
like when you remember what you want to say, let us know.
Yeah, he's still thinking.
가슴이 벅차오르는 그런 느낌인가요?
He's overwhelmed with emotions right now.
형들이 못해서 준 게 아니라 제가 막 얘기를
He's saying that our team, it's not because our teammate did bad, but because of their support, I could shine. Like, I was able to put in the damage.
기량을 살 수 없는 선수인가요? 본인이 꼭 챙겨줘야 돼. 귀한 자식이라? 귀한 자식은 또 챙겨줘야 되잖아요.
챙겨줘야 돼요.
So he's saying, he's like, are you a spoiled guy where you always need that support for you to shine? You can't do it alone on your own.
귀한 자식은 최성진 선수가 아닌가라는 생각이 듭니다. 그러면 마지막으로 형들에게 MVP를 본인이 받았기는 하지만은 형들이 많이 도와줬잖아요. 형들에게 한 마디씩 좀 부탁을 드리도록 하겠습니다.
All right, so a few words for your teammates.
평상 그 전에도 계속 MVP 받았잖아요.
네.
Even before this, my teammates got the MVPs, but he knows he'll say he'll let the mistakes go in the near future if you guys make mistakes.
최성진 또 선봉 나옵니까?
좀 세 번의 기회를 줬는데 좀 진짜 고민 한번 다시.
So as the brains of the competition, are you going to allow the Destroyer to come out first again? He was like, well, we already gave him 3 opportunities. I'm not sure if we should keep doing this. And that's the end of it. Big round of applause for GC Busan. Great performance. 2-0-1, continuing their undefeated run.
Yeah.
Huge momentum pushing them forward right now. Let's look at our next matchup, which will be winner versus MSG.
This is gonna be a exciting match.
Right, lots of crowd favorites. We have Kim Shin-gyum, we have Choi Dae-young, Park Jin-yu, Han Jun-ho. And let's look at the introduction videos.
그냥 조미료 같은 팀인 것 같아요. 사르르 녹는 토너먼트의 조미료 같은 느낌?
최약팀이죠.
저희가 당연히 이길 것 같아요. 일단은 MSG라는 팀이 조합상에서 좀 안 좋기 때문에 지금 저희 팀원들 경기력이라면 충분히 이길 것 같고요. 저한테 좀 자신감을 보이는데 콧대 좀 꺾어놔야 될 것 같아요.
박진유 선수를 시즌2 때 쉽게 이겼던 기억이 있기 때문에 이번에도 쉽게 이길 수 있을 것 같습니다.
완전 2대 0으로 사실 질 거라고 많이 예상을 했었거든요. 저희도 스스로 한 라운드만 따자를 일단 목표로 잡고 있었고 목표는 달성한 것 같아가지고 기분은 좋은 것 같아요. 아직까지 뭐 결과는 알 수 없는 거니까 최선을 다하려고요.
저희 승부 예측이 10%인가 11%밖에 안 됐어요. 그래서 실력이 그 정도만 내지 않았나. 취소해야 될 것 같아요, 갑자기.
감사하다고 빨리 해요.
감사합니다.
이번에도 아마 저희 팀에게 기대를 거는 분이 많이 없을 것 같은데 충분히 승산이 있다고 생각이 들어가지고 일단 남은 기간 동안 최선을 다하겠습니다.
어떤 캐릭터로 나오냐에 따라 대처법이 많이 바뀌어요. 권혁우 선수 같은 경우는 민검이나 역사 둘 중에 하나인데 이제 남은 기간 동안 진짜 한번 연습을 제대로 해서 제대로 하는 걸로 보여드리겠습니다.
Alright, welcome back after those introduction videos. Gets to give us some information on these personalities and their general idea of, you know, what they're feeling before the match. I feel like winners is definitely very confident. They're like, they're MSG. They're like MSG. They're just you sprinkle it on top and they're all fakes. And I was like, wow, that's pretty straightforward and kind of that's saying a lot, huh? And then MSG comes out a little bit less confident. Of course, it looks like they're having a problem with winners' change points. All of these players, Blade Dancer, Hyogu Kwon, Kim Shin-gyum on Soul Fighter, and Yoon Jung-ho on Force Master. Yoon Jung-ho doesn't change classes, but the other two are able to change. So that gives a lot of teams problems, and that does not exclude MSG.
Yeah.
Next on the right side, on the red side, will be MSG.
Yep, here we go. Zoom in to MSG.
Yeah, MSG doesn't mean the MSG that we're thinking.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But here we go with the eyebrows. We got the crowd cheering for the eyebrows. Alright, here we go. MSG. We have Chae Dae-young, Park Jin-yu, and eyebrows. Han Jun-ho. We got Chae Dae-young playing the Soul Fighter, Park Jin-yu as the assassin, and Han Jun-ho eyebrows with the Blade Master.
Right. So
back to the name.
Yeah. Take one guess. Take one guess as to what MSG stands for.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, at the beginning, I thought it was MSG, like the actual MSG that you use for food.
Yeah, no, but it's not. So take a guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. That just keeps coming to mind. MSG.
It's mega sexy guys. It's mega sexy guys. I mean, yeah, it's true.
Mega sexy guys.
Those guys are mega and sexy. Look at this 90-10. Last week it was 89-11, thinking MSG was going to lose. Now let's look at this.
This prediction is. I feel bad because they named themselves mega sexy guys, but only 10% think
are they
that.
going to be sexy?
No, only
to
10%
winners?
think that they're mega sexy.
Right, but I mean, like, I don't know why. MSG is still a pretty strong team with Park Jin-yu on Assassin.
Yeah.
He's a very good assassin, and Han Jun-ho, he won on the one-on-one tournament, right? As
Very
a Blade
smoothly,
Master.
yeah. Against Blade Dancer.
So let's see if he's able to win against Kwon Hyuk-woo, or Hyuk-woo Kwon, as the Blade Dancer versus winner. Right now we're going through a little bit of technical difficulties on the computers for on the winner's side.
Yeah,
right
I was
now.
surprised. Oh, today is gonna go smoothly, and then now we get the
you
difficulties.
can't have a day without technical difficulties, but it's all right because we have a lot of information on the teams. Winner is winner Kim Shin-gyum has 10 kills, 3 deaths and 1 assist, but That's like we said before. He has 10 kills compared to Hwang Sung's 10 kills in 2 games.
Yeah.
Next week's stats will be different as well. Hwang Sung definitely did a good job, but I feel like the Blade Dancer did a lot better on GC Busan.
Today, yeah.
But let's see if Kim Shin-gyum is able to capitalize on MSG and ramp up his numbers. But unfortunately, they're against a good team that has Park Jin-yu as the assassin. Who do you think? Do you think MSG has a good chance against winners?
To be honest, this prediction 90 to 10 could just be numbers.
Yeah.
Because like
Early on the first match.
yeah, earlier on, like day one,
Mhm.
the lesser one in the
right.
beginning, and even before that, many teams with lesser percentages
IDEPS
took
and
the win.
G-Touring.
Yeah. So today, MSG, as long as we have Eyebrows, I love Eyebrows' Blade Master playing style.
He's a really quick player. I
Good
mean,
tech catches, and he rarely makes mistakes. Yeah. So rarely. I'm not
Right.
saying he's perfect.
Right.
But that's the reason why Eyebrows has so much so many fans.
Right.
Because the Eyebrows does play a big part,
Mhm.
but his plays as a Blade Master, you will be able to see it today. I'm pretty sure. Because Team Winner is also a strong team, as you mentioned before, and as we mentioned previously, they're made up of champions of previous years, previous tournaments. So.
But the same thing with MSG. They are all individually pretty well known. Choi Dae-young is originally a assassin, right?
True.
And he switched to Soul Fighter for the team composition. We just got informed that we have maybe a minute left before all problems are done. But going back to MSG, they have Choi Dae-young as Soul Fighter, who was originally an assassin, so he's very technically aware with his mobility. But Park Jin-yu, who is unable to play any other class, was like, hey, can you bite the bullet and go play Soul
Please.
Fighter? Yeah. So these individual players are still pretty good. Winners just happens to be on paper the champions of last year's seasons and world champions. So that's definitely another mental game advantage for winners. But, I mean, things can be flipped turned upside down. Let's follow the one-on-one competition as well. But before we go into talking about that anymore, let's look at the team compositions.
Yeah.
Winner versus MSG. We have Blade Dancer, Soul Fighter, and Force Master on winner side versus
And,
Soul Fighter, Assassin, Blade Master on MSG, on Mega Sexy Guys. Yeah, how do you think that competition is going to play out?
All right, so on winners they have the Blade Dancer, and on MSG they have the Blade Master instead. And for the attacks, on winner they have the Force Master, and on MSG they have the Assassin.
Right.
So they have, other than the Soul Fighters being mirrors, the other two are different. So we'll see how the attacks and the defense play their roles.
Right, exactly. There are different types of attacks compared because of the different types of classes. We're going to get right into set 1 now. No more difficulties. Let's see who is the winner. Yeah, the crowd is so pumped right now. Soul Fighter versus Soul Fighter from the beginning. Let's see who is the better Soul Fighter for the team. The flight, always most important. Getting caught in the air, knocked
Kim
up.
Shin-gyum is just putting the first
blood. MSG using their using their interfere. Another
Woo!
counter windstorm
Choi
combo.
Dae-young is actually putting in some good damage.
King Fist combo into
Forces
the
him to
martial
use
stance.
escape.
Soul Fighter versus Soul Fighter. You would think Kim Shin-gyum, the world champion, would be able to put in more damage compared to Choi Dae-young. But no, Choi Dae-young's doing a pretty good job.
Playing it
Side
aggressive.
steps, side steps, more side steps,
Nice.
and the stun,
And
knock
the
up,
airborne.
pile
Forces
drive.
It's not going to use escape. Oh, instead the interfere comes in.
Good job by MSG playing it out, not being too hasty.
Oh, look at that Blade Dancer spinning and chasing him. Where's the
Good
escape?
knockdown,
All right,
second
now
win
there is
used, switching out to Assassin Park Jin-yu.
Puts down the flower.
Good movement, good Shadow Slash, Ice Bomb in the air.
Oh, nice.
That's kind of sexy.
That's nice.
He's not even the mega sexy guy, but he's sexy. Goes in, does not go for the stun. Don't know why. Cold Snap into long range combos comes in. Both dancing around. Good stun, knock up. He's going to put down a flower because he needs his flower up. Gets stunned, leg sweep.
Earth Pulse.
Moves
uses
away.
the flower.
The Lotus of Escape.
Yeah, the flower is actually one of his long cooldown escapes. So
yeah, he needs to use it though.
Yeah.
Body swap.
Right,
Good body
nice.
swap.
The
2-on-1. He
interfere
needs
was
to.
perfect. He came in right away.
Right. He needs to protect his teammate now. Body swap is so scary. It's like,
Oh,
whoa,
the assassin is doing some good damage. But he drops him and tags
Knocked
out.
up by the Blade Dancer. Heavenly Dance to an Ascent. 2
Interfere
on
comes
2.
in.
Lightning draw
Lightning
inside
draw.
the Cold Snap. And the Lightning
back
draw
in.
isn't able to do too much damage. Ice Mine.
This assassin is actually staying out on the field pretty
Flower,
long.
is he going to use his Lightning Run to stun him?
Yep, there we go.
No Lightning Run, just into the stun. Well timed.
nice.
Aerial combo.
Web.
After the butterflies. Another stun. Good
Another
job.
stun.
Super
Why
combo.
isn't he using his escape? Come on.
Well, the Blade
Oh,
Dance
he
is
just
waiting
did.
it out.
He just used it.
Another knockdown into
Nice.
the Lightning Draw.
Lightning draw.
Staying inside the Lightning Draw.
Forcing,
This stealth
forcing
out.
the assassin to use his stealth. Which is his escape.
Oh, decoy. You normally charge in and decoy right away, expecting the player to attack you, but if he doesn't, you're just caught in a funky situation. Knocked up, 2 on 2. The Blade Master not able to do too much
Yeah,
to
he
try and
came
help
in.
out his friend. Knock him into the air. Winner coming in with a counter. But look at that
Look at the
damage! Huge damage!
Come on, you
Is
gotta
the
back
Blade
out and
Dancer
tag
going
out.
to die?
There
No,
we
he
go. There's
saves
the tag.
himself.
Right when we said Blade Master's not doing anything.
Comes out with a huge combo.
Yeah.
Ankle biter, knocks him down.
Nice!
More stuns, continuing into an aerial
Nice
combo,
tech
Heavenly
chase.
Dance, 2
Good
on 1.
catches.
Look at this
Look
huge
at the
damage against Winner. MSG definitely
Forces
showing
the
us.
escape. Earth Pulse backstep.
Cold Snap into damage. Glacial Beam able to knock him down, knock him up.
There
with the
is
Voice Blast
the-
Windstorm combo. Kim Shin-gyum going to the Power Burst. Able to stun
Alright,
second wind.
Or they both don't have the escape, so somebody's gonna make a move. All right,
Tag out.
Or tag out.
Soul Fighter versus Soul Fighter. MSG doing a very good job.
Yeah, Kim Shin-gyum has 10 seconds left for the escape, so he's gonna want to wait it out.
Right, on the
Let's see.
offensive.
Let's see what Chae Young does. Alright, they're just gonna wait it out. Alright.
Waiting for the dash. He's able to dash in. 2 on 1. Blade Dance comes in to try and save him. Power Burst used to try to heal
Yeah, but
both
protective
players.
fortitude by Chae Young, so he doesn't get CC'd.
Knocked up. Aerial combo with the Void Blast. Another Cold Snap. Knocked down.
He's just
stunned.
taking damage. Nice tech chase. He
Stunned him
perfect.
as
Yeah, stunned him right when he
tried to back roll away.
forces
Couple.
that escape with the tag.
Right, second wind, and then the tag out. Park Jin-yu comes out and is like, all right, let me try to clean up this mess. Organize the situation again. Flower down. Chasing into him. But good
Tag.
resist by the Force Master.
Alright, let's go.
Good knock up. Force Master versus Assassin is very hard for the Force Master because of the decoys that the Assassin can use immediately. Goes in, tries to stun him, but he's not
Doesn't
able
go-
to.
Doesn't go for the tech chase when the first master rolls. They both have all their escapes. So let's see what happens. Right there.
Good stun.
Alright, so he
Second win by the
forces-
Force Master. Ice Armor. Don't attack him now. Ice Burst to freeze him into
nice.
place.
Uses the leaf to move.
The Assassin tried to go in to stealth with a rear charge, and as soon as he got close,
Meteor, and he just tags out. Nice. The Blade Master comes right in and airborne.
Cold Snap.
Yeah, but there's the help. Protective
Draw
fortitude.
situation. Heavenly Dance into an Ascend. MSG put a huge
Man, he's
damage.
gonna
Lightning
take
draw.
damage for 2 more seconds.
He's got to switch out.
No more escapes.
Blade Master putting in a lot of offensive abilities onto winners.
And Kim Shin-gyum, if you notice, he came in and got stunned, so he had to use his second wind right away. So
Right now, Soul Fighter versus Soul Fighter Power Burst by Kim Shin-gyum. Sidesteps.
Dragon Ball moves. Protective fortitude.
Cold
Wears
Snap.
off. Kim Shin-gyum is gonna just try to.
No
wait
more
it out
tags
for
are
6
left
seconds.
for MSG. He's in a tough
Nice,
situation.
Nice, gets stunned. Forces that second wind.
Cold Snap. He's resisting all of those attacks with those side steps.
Nice, nice.
Counter Earth Pulse.
They're both stealth from
MSG
the
using an interfere puts him in a knock-up.
But he's not worried. He hasn't escaped still. Ooh, airborne, Windstorm.
Not to be
gonna be able-
confused with Winston.
Yeah, Winston. It's not Winston.
Another stun, 2-on-1.
Oh,
Look at that.
Look at Kim Shin-kyung
Both of them
playing.
charging in.
But Kim Shin-kyung is playing it so
Leg
well.
sweep into Earth Pulse, using a power burst, waiting a few
And
seconds.
the Blade Dancer goes aggressive.
He's doing a really good job trying to move
Nice,
away, but he's not
there
able
is,
to, and
this
he's
is gonna
gone.
die. This is a good interfere. This is what needs to be done.
That was a great interfere by Winners. MSG looked like they had the first game in the bag, but Winners proving that they are able to keep a strong mental game and not being shaken up by the strong early offense
Earth
by
Pulse
MSG.
down. Airborne, he's gonna force that. Okay, no,
Misses his
no
leg
escape.
sweep.
Blade Dancer. Oh,
Goes and charge it.
Spin, spin, spin. Sunder forces that escape from the Blade Master.
Leg sweep.
As
ankle
well as
biter.
the Blade Dancer. Oh, he grabs him.
Phantom grip,
Oh,
2-on-1.
2 Phantom grips. It's like passing.
Very good technical. I feel that Winners has upped their teamwork.
Yeah, and that
for finishing off MSG just now. Assassin's the only one left. Park Jin-yu gets knocked up by the Windstorm.
Yeah, and this Kim Shin-kyung is
Avoid
gonna
that.
take the kill.
Yeah, leg sweep, going to Marshall stance, does not finish the Dragon Blitz combo. Power burst, adding insult to injury. Assassin still in stealth.
He's trying to stay in stealth.
Shuriken marking the Soul Fighter. Goes in, Shadow Slash, not doing too
Earth
much.
Pulse Airborne and the Windstorm combo. Winston combo.
The Winston combo. Winners taking the first win, as always.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, that interfere was good. That Blade Dancer coming in with the interfere and playing it aggressive, not just saving his teammate and just staying back, playing defensive, playing it on the defensive. But when after he saved his teammate, he just went aggressive to make them like, hey, you attacking my friend?
Yeah.
I'm Winston. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but playing it aggressive with the interfere because he was trusting that Soul Fighter to give him the heals was a good play.
Right, let's go look at the highlights soon. Definitely Winners playing a much better cooperative game between each other.
Yeah, and having that trust within the team, making them able to interfere and play aggressive and not only on the defense.
Yeah, normally when we talk about Winners, we have a lot to say about Force Master. What do you think about the Force Master?
Today, I didn't see much of Force Master.
Right.
Well, he did come on the field and try to do it, but the assassin put him in the way.
Flying under the radar. There was that one time where he timed that ice burst perfectly.
Yeah.
He was in the ice arm. Hold on, let's look at the highlights. Cold snap in the front. Windstorm combo. Instant King Fist. Earth Pulse knocks him out. Second wind. Look at that.
Yeah,
Perfect timing by the assassin to go into another combo. Aerial. Venom Swarm into the webbing.
Nice.
Good.
Close shave.
Cold. Close shave. Knockdown.
Booted him.
Lightning draw used. Interfere. Ascend. And almost gone. If they finished it off, then MSG might have taken the game early on.
Or had a chance.
Second wind.
I think this was the part. It's a different angle.
No, melted away.
Actually, I think that was the part where the Blade Dancer came in and played it aggressive.
Right.
Getting the kill.
I
But it was a different angle, so I was kind of
Right. Knock up by the Void Blast. Frost Nova. Leg sweep. And the King Fist. Not able to stun him. Not able to knock him down with that Shadow Slash.
Pulse push, the knockback.
Yeah. Finishing it off in the air. Good plays by Winner. It seemed complicated, but it was fairly straightforward. We're going to get ready for the second set. But before we do that... Oh, no. We're actually going to go straight into the second step.
I want to see more of Yoon Jung-ho before Force Master.
Yeah, only because we've been talking about him a lot the past few weeks. He's gotten... They're laughing it off right now. I'm sure they're talking to each other about something that Yoon Jung-ho might have not done. Kim Shin-kyung definitely likes to make fun of his teammates. All right, let's get started. The fans cheering on MSG. Soul Fighter versus Blade Dancer. Change up.
All right.
We get to see Hyogu Kwon try and take on this Soul Fighter.
Blade Dancer spins for the win.
If they win. Frost Nova to reflective attacks. Soul Fighter attacking himself into the Phantom Grip.
So interfere, forcing them to use the escape. Earth Pulse. They're putting in good combos.
Right.
And
Blade Master comes
they
out
actually tagged out right away.
into the lightning draw. Good job by the Blade Master putting in a little bit of damage.
Yeah,
Trying to put it.
But the Blade Dancer uses escape and the vortex to get out of it right away.
Right, Blade Master trying to put a dent in the armor that is Winner's gameplay. Phantom Grip, and then the Flock of Blades to try to get out of it. Stunning.
Yeah, but
the Blade Dancer. Good job by Force Master
Force
putting him
Master's
into
ice
place.
flow.
And then the knock up, knock down.
Tag into the
Frost Nova. Knock him up. Windstorm. Glacial Beam. Second wind.
Forcing the tag.
And the assassin comes out to try and shake things up a bit.
Misses the Earth Pulse.
A power burst by the Soul Fighter. Cold Snap. Assassin's going to try and play out the time as much as possible. Butterflies just shimmying over. Leg sweep is missed. Missing the Ice Mine.
There's a lot of mistakes going on.
And the second.
All right, there's interfere, cutting the combo off and making him use the second wind.
Gets the Glacial Beam to the face, stunned. High wire, is he going to pull him in or knock him down?
Oh, he's just gonna leave it.
Timing is done. Goes into stealth. Stuns him. Puts him up in the air, but is cut off by the Blade Dancer. He's got to play it safe.
The Soul Fighter still doesn't have an escape for another 10 seconds, so
going to stealth again.
Both sides don't have the escape, so there's gonna be definitely another
tagging
interfere
him
or a tag.
No, the assassin tagged him is what I meant to say. Body swap.
All right, there's the interfere.
Both of them.
Yeah, Soul Fighter got his escape back.
Charging in, Shadow Slash, knock him down, web.
Second wind's out right away.
That was a good leg sweep, but a second wind used by the Soul Fighter.
Dodge that iframe.
Windstorm combo by knocking up the Assassin. Assassin doing a very good job staying alive. Ice Mine freezing both of them. Good defensive maneuver by Jinyu Park.
Makes them waste that interfere. Perfect timing. I don't know if he meant to do
Beautiful play by Park Jinyu. Oh no, but he's caught in the lightning
countered.
draw. He's able to finish him off. Oh, he's able to tag out. He is not dead, everybody. Don't worry. Park Jinyu still alive. Soul Fighter comes out.
The winners counter that so well.
Force Master able to pull him in with the Phantom Grip after evading a lot of attacks done by the Soul Fighter.
He's gonna throw him down.
Glacial Beam
stuns him
into place.
Pushes him with impact.
More stuns.
Airborne.
Look at this. Freezes him.
Look at this combo.
Great CC action by the Force Master.
So he's just staying up there, waiting for the cooldown. Pushes him back.
Another stun right away.
And another pushback. Meteor Storm.
Look at
he goes
this.
into the Meteor
Soul
Storm.
Fighter's
like,
not able
follow
to do
me
anything.
In. Yeah. Oh, he has Ice Flower up.
All right, Ice. Oh, he missed his Ice Burst. Unable to freeze Soul Fighter. Choi Tae-young.
All right, but there's the interfere. Comes in with the Earth Pulse. Does some damage.
Good trade-off.
But there's a
aerial combo. Doing damage to each other.
Yeah, there's a 2-on-2 right now. The Assassin's just staying stealth, and he just missed his lightning rend for the stun.
MSG in a bad situation right now. Blade Master trying to do something, but gets caught in the Phantom Grip. Not able to use his Flock of Blades because he had already used it. Force Master being a really annoying nuisance.
Ice, yeah. He's like, attack me, I have the Ice Flower up. Oh,
Yeah.
but he times it perfectly when it ends.
Second wind used. Putting in attacks. Meteor Shower switching out to Soul Fighter. But the lightning draw getting pushed back by the Soul Fighter again. Park Jin-yu has some health back. Soul Fighter uses Power Burst.
This Assassin has to make something out of it because the Soul Fighter doesn't have the escape for another 17 seconds, so this Assassin has to play it aggressive.
Good body swap, looking at that damage.
force that interfere out.
Ice Mine, High Wire's going to
can't
not,
pull him.
Yeah, he's not able to pull him in or use the Ice Mine.
Oh, he tries to go
Good
for that
Shadow
tech-
Slash to knock him down.
Nice tech chase. He's gonna web him.
Venom Swarm.
Forces that his second win right away again.
Soul Fighter able to get out of that situation.
Forces a tag.
Avoiding that tech chase.
Airborne combo.
Blade Master doing a pretty good job. Right now, MSG is still in the fight.
Alright, they both use their second win at the same time.
Force Master using that Ice Frost Armor to gain some health back. Blade Master's like, oh man.
He just breaks it out. Oh,
Yeah.
he's just taking
Expected the
time.
Blade Master to jump in. Nothing happened.
Nothing much going on right now.
Good charge in.
Nice.
Able to daze him. Go into a lightning
Nice,
draw.
lightning draw.
The Blade Master might be able to get out.
Killed.
He does. He does not die inside that lightning draw.
But he still doesn't have a tag. He has to wait for 1 more minute. Nice iframe.
That was very good on the Blade Master's part. He has to stay alive. Knock up. Heavenly
Airborne.
Dance.
Has to buy time.
Ascend. 1 minute left.
Nice.
Good lightning draw. Good blocks, and then the tag out to the Soul Fighter. Blade Master able to get some health back, but no.
No, he still has to. He still has 40 seconds until that force
Misses
tag.
a leg sweep into the Glacial Beam,
He's
and he's
gonna die.
done. Gone. He wasn't able to dodge that Glacial Beam by the Soul Fighter, so he gets into a stun, and he's finished off by a 2-on-1 situation. Soul Fighter is out for MSG, putting him into a cold snap and not doing a bad job trying to even the playing field. If he gets rid of Kim Shin-gyum,
Yeah, that's gonna be big.
It's going to even out the playing field huge.
Alright, now Kim Shin-gyum used his second win, so
Leg sweep
this
into the
is the
pushback.
chance. But
But
he
he-
tags out.
Switches out to the Blade Dancer.
But if you notice, they both don't have any more interferes now. Well, Eyebrows had an interfere, but he's dead.
Right.
So it's a 2v3, but it's gonna be a 1v1 for a while.
Well, we have our
actually,
interferes
yeah,
back
3 more
in
seconds.
2-1, but
he's gonna try to make the most out of
he
it.
uses his second win to get out of that lightning draw combo. Saving their interferes. Phantom Grip, but he's going to use the interfere now.
And
Lock of
he's gonna be able to kill him off with that interfere. Right when they get the interfere, he comes in and stuns him and just
Winner's winning
yeah,
it.
Winners just takes the win. I just feel that winners, their interferes are so much more productive. Effective, yeah. Effective, productive. They make the most out of it compared to MSG.
In that last situation, MSG waited for Winners to come in with their interfere so that he can counter it.
Yeah.
But they're in a situation where if Winners comes in and has the first hand,
Then they're gonna just
it's just
kill
too
them off.
dangerous.
Yeah, because they weren't at full HP. When they're at full HP or maybe even 50, they'll be like, okay, we'll try to counter the interfere. But they had like 20% HP maybe. So if there's an interfere and it's a 2v1 situation for even 1 second, they'll be able to burst that 20 HP down.
MSG should have came in first. Tried to be aggressive and tried to get rid of that. A little comic by the fans showing Kim Shin-gyum telling Yoon Jung-ho to beat the other team. It's like, alright, let's go do it. Because Yoon Jung-ho's a really nice guy. He's just like, okay, just goes along with punches.
But yeah, I'm happy that we saw more of Yoon Jung-ho in the second round,
Right.
second match. Right. The first match, I was like, what is he doing? He's just sitting back, enjoying the game.
Well, that was a quick game. Definitely the stars of the matches were, I would have to say the Soul Fighter. On the winner side, they all did a good job. Aerial combo, Void Blast missed. Park Jin-yu putting in huge amounts of damage, and the double freeze in with the Ice Mine.
That was amazing.
Showing that MSG has a very strong assassin and their other players aren't
Yeah, but
doing
this
too
is
well.
when the tag and the counter.
They weren't able to do anything. Like we said before, the winners tag 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 is much more effective than MSG's Mega Sexy Guys 2-on-2 because Mega Sexy Guys just gets caught in the lightning draw.
Yeah, and the lightning draw was that gave them so many chances to get the kills, and they did.
Right.
The Blade Dancer's lightning draw was
lots of mistakes done.
Yeah, look, again here, lightning draw, just meteor storm. Oh, it's like
Winners
lightning.
has a set plan Blade Dancer comes in for the huge amounts of damage. Soul Fighter tries to stay alive and heals, and Force Master Yoon Jung-ho, he's like the utility character.
Yeah.
He comes in for good damage. He comes in for time wasting. He's able to freeze the characters into place and just annoy, just being a nuisance to MSG. Look at this huge meltdown by MSG. Not able to do anything.
Yeah, this Blade Dancer's damage is, you can't ignore that.
Han Juno as a defensive Blade Master, that's all great and all, but the Soul Fighter, Choi Dae-young, unable to make an impact as much as Kim Shin-kyung.
Yeah.
We're gonna go straight into the interviews. A big round of applause for winners. Let's start off the interview with Yoon Jung-ho, the Force Master. You know, getting a lot of flack by saying, you know, Force Master not good. But this performance has quieted all of those criticisms. He has a lot to say because of the interviews.
Every time we practice. Yeah. Oh, okay. So he has no more energy left after the matches and the practices. That during the interviews, I'm getting heat during the practice by my teammates. So I'm like,
so he wants to laugh and make jokes.
Yeah, he's too much.
두 명의 선수 김신겸 선수, 권혁우 선수가 매일 또 윤정호 선수를 공격을 하기 때문에 굉장히 좀 많이 힘들다는 말씀.
So Yoon Jung-ho gets the lots of
heat from his teammates.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a different word for heat. But he gets made fun of by his other teammates. You know, all in good measure. Lots of good banter. But Yoon Jung-ho is the only person that gets made fun of.
Yeah.
김신겸 선수 인터뷰 한번 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 아, 신들 봤는데 신들에서 확실한 승리 가져가면서.
So we looked at the one-on-one competition.
나오자마자 완벽하게 상대방들 제압하고 자신감이 있어 보여 지금 기고.
And it was huge confidence on your part. We got to see a lot of perfect plays by Kim Shin-kyung.
And he's saying the luck was on my side, and I was able to win 3-0. So
it's not about confidence or skill. I guess I was a little bit lucky. He's trying to be humble with that smirk on his face. I was a little bit lucky.
It was luck.
이것도 운인가요, 실력인가요?
일단은 MSG랑은
And he just asked if they were able to take the win 2-0. So is this luck also?
Yeah, and he was saying that a lot of practice against that matchup was done, so he had a pretty good idea of what they were going to come out with. And so, playing against an assassin especially, if Park Jin-yu is down on health, if we don't allow Choi Dae-young, the Soul Fighter, to heal him, then I feel like it was an easy game for us. And that's exactly what they did. And Kwon Hyuk, ooh, the Blade Dancer got the MVP. Most likely because of the damage, but let's listen to what he has to say about that.
He's saying on my team, I am in charge of luck.
Yeah, he's
bringing luck.
Luck manager.
Yeah, luck manager.
So the interview is like, so this team's just a lucky team.
How about you, did you win with luck? The other two teammates did well. They're lucky, so I was just, you know, I was carried.
So if you had to pick out one point that you think you got the MVP, what would it be?
So when the assassin came in, and when they tagged in and was able to burst damage.
Yeah, and that would be the point where I might have gotten the MVP vote. So starting from the first week, we all talked about how your individual skills are really good, but your teamwork wasn't that great. But what do you think your teamwork is like now at this point in the stage?
So now we're doing, oh yeah, we're practicing with our daily quests.
Yeah.
That's it. That's their practice.
Yeah. He's basically saying they're not practicing teamwork whatsoever. It's just coming natural to them. So he's talking about him versus GC Busan. They lost, unfortunately, but next time they meet up, we are going to beat them easily. Alright, that's the end of the interviews. Big round of applause for winners winning the last matchup. Alright.
The last game was 2-1. Alright.
Let's look at the results. On the one-on-one competition, on the blue side, the left side, everybody won, but this time around, IDEPS loses to G Touring. Unfortunately, they were voted to win 77 or 76%, but unable to do so. GC Busan and Winner winning 2-0 though. GC Busan continuing their undefeated streak, and Winner
following right
behind them with only one loss to the first place team, GC Busan. IDEPS is in a tough situation right now because they lost to SWAT, I'm pretty sure, and they are the last place team still.
Yeah,
and
they're 0-3 now.
Yeah, and G Touring following up and trying to squeeze in the top 2 position. Not a bad showing today. Let's look at the rankings.
Overall rankings. Here
there we go. Now
first, we have GC Busan 3-0. Yeah, still has no loss. Second, Winner following right behind them. And third is G Touring, fourth MSG. Yeah, you guys can see fifth SWAT, sixth IDEPS, 0-3. But before we had third places, but now it changed it up.
Right, now we have definitive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place teams. Let's look at next week's matchups.
Well,
no,
Friday
singles matchups for Friday at 7 p.m. KST. We have lots of Force Master, lots of Assassins, and 1 KFM. And the one matchup that we keep talking about is the KFM versus Jaesung. Suhan, Kim Suhan versus Lee Jaesung. Unfortunately, one of them is going to be knocked out.
Yeah, but
we shall see. We shall see. Now the next matchup for the tag team match will be SWAT versus MSG. Will SWAT be able to come back and get a win from MSG, who are coming off of a loss? And then Winner versus IDEPS.
I hope IDEPS.
Right. Will they be able to get that vote again, the 76%?
Yeah.
And then G Touring versus GC Busan, able to show us how good GC Busan is, and if G Touring is able to chase that first or second place.
And I want to see if GC Busan is going to go undefeated, or is G Touring going to take them on and give them
very
the first
confident
loss.
right now. So what is your summary of today?
Well, today overall, actually I want to talk about the last game because it's the most recent, Winner versus MSG. I still wanted to see more of Force Master because last week we actually did see a little bit of Force Master playing that on the field. He was going back and forth, being annoying. Well, today in the second round, I think he was
more
being
laid back.
Yeah, he was more laid back. The first round, he barely came in, and at the end he just tagged in and did some freeze.
Yeah, but that was really important. I mean, like, in the last match, it was Park Jin-yu versus Winners.
Yeah.
Park Jin-yu trying to be both damage and also inevitably being the utility character by using those ice mines effectively and being that dark horse, that game changer. The other teammates had to do something. On the other hand, Winners, we had Soul Fighter being able to heal. We had Force Master doing the part that Jin-yu was doing.
Stalling time.
And then Blade Dancer coming in, doing the damage as he got the MVP, finishing off Park Jin-yu.
Yeah, and before, I think it was the previous matches, not this match, but I mentioned that I wanted to see the Blade Dancer's Sunder combo with the Lightning Draw, and we got to see it at the last round.
It's so satisfying. You see the health bar.
I love it.
And then we start screaming in the middle of it. It's really fast-paced.
Yeah.
It catches us off guard.
Yeah, but also, I'm also a little disappointed at Eyebrows, because in the singles, he did really well.
I think it has to do with the team dynamic. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I am Joshua DZ Mins Kim, and with me is Sean Ending Life Kwon. Follow us on Twitter and give us comments and concerns. Thank you guys for watching again. See you guys on Friday.